Good night, good night, good night. Good night, everyone. Let me welcome you to this another episode of the Saudichress show. And also, let me thank you for your support over the past few months. Ladies and gentlemen, yes, the past couple of days, last couple of Mondays and so on, there were no shows. It was just deliberate, so to speak. I realize and I recognize that many of you out there are needed this time with your families and to have your different celebration and so on over this festive season. However, I myself needed a little time, and so it was a deliberate attempt to put this out there, and I know that many of you also missed the shows that you had expected to see over the days, the Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Nevertheless, we are here tonight. I am not sure how many persons will join us tonight live, but as you know, we are here and we continue to do what is expected of us. And this is the Saudichress show. We are basically coming to the end of the calendar year, and I want to say, belatedly, Merry Christmas. I hope you, as I said before, had a wonderful time, and may God continue to bless all of you, including myself. A very prosperous new year, a very prosperous 2023, because we would have had many different ups and downs throughout 2022. So I pray that for the next year, there will be always up. I know it's not always possible to be on the up all the time, but what I am sure of, you or all of us can make amends. We look at what we did last year, especially in our lives, and to see what we can do differently. However, we continue to be very good ambassadors for our young Jamaicans, our young family, wherever we are. And so that is how we expect to give back, especially to our different countries or wherever you are. So, again, thank you very much for joining us. And I want to say to all of you people out there, we are expecting to have a prosperous new year as it relates to this show. So to all the fans, to my technical staff, the man Joel, I want to take the time out to big up yourself. Big up yourself, my boss, because I don't know, without you, we wouldn't have a wonderful or a successful technical ability or technical work on the Saudichress show. We also want to take the time out to big up our sponsors, because without them, things would not have been the same, or things wouldn't have been like what we are expected. So big up to all our sponsors, and we continue to give an eye, not just for those who are already being sponsors, but I would like to implore, I would like to encourage, and also to say to people out there that if you want to be a part of us, you can join us. And we always have room for sponsors and for new patrons, for new fans, and whatever you want to call it. The Saudichress show is open, and so we want to continue for us to help in whatever way we can. So yes, we want to encourage everybody to come on board. Tonight we'll be looking at different aspects of sports, entertainment, and also education. So this will be a sort of a combination of the shows. We'll not just be looking at sports, but right across. That the Saudichress show is all about sports, entertainment, and education. So we want to look at that. We want to look at so many different aspects of this. As we said, the football season, especially schoolboy football, has been over, and many of you would have enjoyed the season so far, whether you watch it on the Saudichress show or on the Saudichress live stream over the past few months, or you have watched it on, the TV, live TV that those broadcasts that were presented to you from Sportsmax. Sportsmax, as you know, was the original, um, what did I say now, the main carrier or the sponsor for schoolboy football this year. So they, and I think they are also for the Jamaican Premier League. So for those of you, still looking out, I'm happy that you would have other medium or media to watch your beautiful sports or sport, whatever you want to take it. Some people just look at football, but also we want to look at least browse across some cricket tonight. And for persons who are aware of what's happening in Jamaica Cricket Association, we would like for you to call in to be a part of this discussion tonight. So, yes, people, I promise that we'll have a very good show. This might not be one of the show that you probably expected because there's no guest tonight, so I'll be solo. So of course that even make it more interesting, where you have the opportunity now to come on board, to play your part, not just in the WhatsApp chat, but also in the call-in aspect of the show. So yes, we would like to extend another big up and congratulations to every single one of you who have made it to another hearing review, because that is coming up. The hearing review as it relates to sports will be coming up, ladies and gentlemen. So let me just take this time out just to put across to you some of our sponsors. And as we continue, it seems like we have some technical glitches. I hope that everyone who are watching now are having a very good time. So just give me a minute or two. Let me just see if I can sort this thing out. Hopefully you are seeing well. I'm just have the view that I am actually having a little glitch, a little freezing and so on. All right, so let me just put across a few of our sponsors. So just a minute just to get this thing sorted out. All right, so hopefully things are back and okay. People, if you are having any issues, if you're unable to hear or see well, or if you're having any delay, any freezing, just let me know. You could type in the chat and give me that feedback. All right, I think I had a little issue. I tried my very best to sort it out. So hopefully we are up and running for the night show. If you look at what I'm here, you look at the image that you have seen on your screen. We talk about the Saudichress show. Let's talk education. And you see every Wednesday starting in January 2023. So come January, or should I say next month, or 2023, we will be doing education on a Wednesday night. So sports entertainment will continue on Mondays and Fridays, but we want to concentrate more so on educational activities or educational interviews, educational sources on a Wednesday. So our Wednesday night show will call Let's Talk Education. So all of you, whichever you look, I'm sure that everybody, wherever you are still, you are interested in education. So it's a part of the entire, realm of things. And we must continue. The Saudichress show, as I said before, and I continue to say that this is all about education, entertainment, and sports. So let's look at, where do we start? There are so many things going on right now. There are so many things happening in and about the world of sports, entertainment, and also education. Before I go any further, I just want to send a shout out to our last guest we have on show, Andrea Del Cita Wright. She continues her tour on the country. I think she have a show tonight at Saudichress High School. I think it's a 6:30 show. So basically, they are in the middle of the show, somewhere there. She had the show that she had at Edwin Allen. It was a bomb. People, if you are in Jamaica or wherever you are, even abroad, you need to make your request. We need to pressure Miss Andrea to get this show closer to you. It's a very good show, I can tell you that. It's entertaining. You laugh from start to finish. Believe you me, this is one show. Once you like theater, you will appreciate this show very, very much. All right. So also, we will be having our calls, our WhatsApp numbers in a little while. I will get that up to you, because we also, as I said before, you need to know, pay much attention to the calling. I want you to call in. I want to ensure that you play a role tonight in the Saudichress show, people. So please don't stay selfish. Don't just type. Please allow yourself and allow me to get useful information, shared information through you as our guest for tonight. So it's an open show. And if there's anyone who want to join us live on a video chat, please just let me know. You could call or even in the chat. I hope I will be able to monitor it. All right, so let us look at some news. Maybe not so very good news, especially in football. I want to say to you that, and everybody who loves football would have known that the great legend of the game, Pele, has died. And so you all, if not all of us, let me not say you all, but I'm sure that many of us, especially in the Jamaica diaspora, and also here at abroad, would have seen Pele as the greatest of all time. There's little or no discussion around that. My take is that after a person has died, have left this shore, have left us on land, gone to the other world, I believe that person would have lost that aspect of it. People talk about the GOAT, mean the greatest of all time, as it relates to football. And I believe that person should be a living person. Eh? That's just my take. I mean, I am saying, yes, we talk about those who have passed, but let us celebrate with those who are alive. And so, Pele, the legend, I would say, not a great one, but he's a legend of the game. Okay? And so, we want to take the time out, ladies and gentlemen, just to share our sympathy, and the family and friend of Edson Arantes do Nascimento, aka Pele. I know I understand why the name Pele couldn't have been nothing else on his jersey, because with this name there's no way that would have been able to print on a jersey and clearly seen, right? So for the persons who can speak Spanish, who are Portuguese, you can call in and give me that excellent explanation or excellent aspect of this whole Brazilians names, because many of our Brazilian fans, people, I can tell you, you are fans, but you are not so associate yourselves or know the proper names, the correct names for some of these players. They have some names long like from here to Brazil themselves. So and I tell you, it's not so long ago I was able to call Pele's name. Not so long ago. Because we all used to Pele. Yeah? We used to Pele, and so we just say Pele. But his right name, and I would love for somebody to give me the best pronunciation. The best pronunciation of his name. So how I pronounce it, based on what I know, Edson Arantes do Nascimentos. Or Nascimento, no S on it. Alright, so let me try again. Edson Arantes do Nascimento. That's Pele's right name. Alright, I'm learning people. So yes, Pele has passed, and to me, for my judgment, I believe the good thing in that is that I will continue to say that no Messi can be crowned the greatest of all time, because he's the one alive. There's nobody else right now in world football would have fit that bill or that category other than Lionel Messi. And so he had created history now for himself and for Argentina. Okay? By winning the World Cup. And so that, I believe, was the only thing that he would have actually missed out on as it relates to the GOAT. My good friend Buppy, continued to celebrate that victory with the GOAT. And he has been tying out this GOAT in high grasses before the final of the World Cup. However, I would like to know where Buppy have his GOAT now, if he has paid up the GOAT or him send the GOAT on vacation. Alright, people? So, Pele, there's so much thing to talk about the great man, or the legend himself. He was born October 23, and I don't know if there's anybody on the show who could call in right now and give us a little statistics. What do you know about October 23, especially in Jamaica? October 23. That's a date that all Jamaicans should and would have known and have the, what would you say now, the description or why October 23 is of importance to Jamaicans. So he was born October 23, 1940. Yes, 1940. That means how old Pele was at the time of death? Is that 82? So we have a little to discuss. He has lived a long life. He has played a long, what would I say, career in football. Pele would have set the tone, I believe, for the great number 10s in football. I think he owned that number, and so many of whom you see wear that number 10 would have actually wanted to be Pele. And even as you go after Pele, we had the great Maradona. And I will continue to say this, as it relates to live playing football that I watch, I have never seen Pele played live or watch Pele live. I mean, while he was playing, most of what I saw would after his playing days. So those who were here, those who have seen him play live, maybe get effort to watch, especially when he was in the US. You probably could call in as well and give us a little detail of the great legend, the man himself, Pele. So he was actually born, yes, he's a Brazilian, no doubt about that. And, his spouse, Marcia, okay, and we said that is Asrina Nascimento. I really believe that lady, as a wife, would have had great moments in football, right? Of course, Pele, for a man of those 30, you wonder how they maintain themselves, how they keep themselves to themselves, if you understand what I'm saying. Not saying too much, but, man travels here and there and so on. He has, I think, a few children. I'm not too sure how many children he has, but in a little while, we will get that process. You can share that with us as well, and so on. The number 10 that he wore was iconic. That number 10 jersey was an iconic one, an iconic number. And what I really love about the great man Pele, the history of Pele, he did everything that we are trying, or the youngsters know, the upcoming, or the present ballers, the present number 10 are doing. He did them. When I watch some of the videos, it may not look as so attractive, but I believe what was the problem? Why it may look slower than what is happening now? It's not that the game was slow. It's the technology at the time. Good? It's the technology of the time that makes the game look so. From the videos that I watch, some of the videos kind of slow, and then a number of them were in black and white. It's the technology at the time. So, that's one of the things that we could really look about or talk about, if for those of you who just watch past video like myself, right? And Pele, of course, that he has played. Pele have not played on the European circuit like most of our international footballers now. Look at Maradona, who played in Italy. We look at now present GOAT. Again, people don't feel like I'm trying to put this thing out, but he has played in Europe. Pele have not played, or have never played in Europe. I may be wrong, I'm stand for correction. So what he does, he kept the Brazilian football alive. And so he was able to mobilize his own Brazilians, so they could, come to be that player that he wants, right? So, I mean, it would have been really, really a better one if he had gone onto the international circuit. Who knows? Who really knows? So we hear that Pele had 7 kids. Yes, 7 children. Yes, with 4 women before his death. So people, if you follow this, information and the information that I am getting, you would have realized that, this man, was a genius in many ways than one. So yes, I'm actually reading from some information coming out of a source in Brazil, right? From a source in Brazil. So Pele, yes, they say that he has 7 kids with 4 women before his death. Well, I must before his death, I can't after. Well, you're so right. Good. But not sure if we want to get into all of that. We just really want to talk football, of Pele and what he has done. Again, people, if you feel free, you need to call in, you need to share. Let us have a discussion on the great man Pele as we move. Okay? So, again, we want to also look at the statistics of Pele. How many games he has played, especially international. Because people, let me tell you, as I said, there's not a lot to compare Pele with other players, like say a Maradona or a Lionel Messi, as it relates to club football. These players did play, the Messis and so on. They played in Europe, where some of the top football, you would have seen play. And so it's very difficult, in my view, to compare with that aspect of it. But nevertheless, he, as I said, had made it, in the Hall of Fame, into the top thing by playing more so in his countryland. All right. So let's look at some very good statistics, especially at World Cup for Pele. Right? So Pele has 4 World Cups. Yes, he had played in 4 World Cups. Okay. In 1970, he played 6 matches and played, scored 4 goals. Yeah, 4 goals. Played 6 matches, scored 4 goals. He has never gotten a card in his World Cup career. He has never gotten a yellow card, and he has never gotten a red card throughout his World Cup career. So in 1966, you notice where we are going. So 1970 was his last World Cup. Okay? So in 1966, he played 2 games, 1 goal. And can anybody remind us of where that World Cup 1966 was held? In 1962, 2 matches, 1 goal. And in 1958, I think that was his first World Cup. He's 4 matches and 6 goals. So, total he has played 14 World Cup matches. He also played 14 matches at the World Cup, and he has also, within that 14, he has scored 12 goals. Massive statistics. And I am sure that, yes, we could look, further than that. We could look further than that, people. So, there's a little aspect, and you know that Pele has scored 1,000 goals. Yes? Pele has scored 1,000 goals in his career. Did you know that, people? My God, that's a whole lot of goals. So, when you look at his World Cup statistics and you look at, say, Lionel Messi now statistics, we probably could do a lot of comparison. We could do some comparisons to say where Messi is. But tonight, I am all about the great man, Pele. Alright? So, again, I encourage you people, please call and share with us. Don't just stay and listen or watch. We want to hear from you. We really, really want to hear from you. Alright? So, Mr. Lee, he's saying, good night, bro. Good night, Sir Lee. Of course. Dallas Harris. Blessings, family. Sadi. Mr. Yeah, man. Me know say you're there, Dunga. How you say, man? So, give us a call. Give us a call. Mr. Lee, Dallas, and the crew who participating. And for all of you who are viewing. Also, please remember to leave a like. And if you are the first time you're on, I encourage you. I'm asking you to give a subscribe. People, you remember some time ago, I suggested that my intention and I want to have 500 subscribers before the end of the year. Wow, we are so far away from that. So far. A matter of fact, as it stands now, we are at 397. I want to thank all my subscribers. And I want you to continue to share the Saudichress show. Leave a like as well. And so other people can come in to make up. So you're still looking for the 100 because we have what? Is it a day or two? Day and a half. So people, it's strangest things has happened. I've seen Australia playing cricket now and scoring 500 runs in one day. That's not a normal thing. That's not a regular thing. So we know that. To me, that is strange. You know? So again, I ask you to help us to reach that milestone. Alright, so I was going on. Pele has scored 1,000 goals, 1,000 career goals. And that 1,000 is not a single 1,000. He never stopped at 1,000, I said, you know. But, you know, that's where I'm looking at. To score 1,000 goals in our career, I think Messi and Ronaldo, if they continue to play, you know, who knows where they will reach. Who knows where they will reach. And, you know, when you look at this thing, you know, for example, there's a discussion that Neymar would have, this World Cup probably would have broken Pele's record for country. But I don't think so. He lost that opportunity when he lost to Croatia. When Brazil lost to Croatia, yes, in the World Cup that just concluded. So, yes, Neymar, I think he equaled the record for Pele, the national goals. Not World Cup, but national. However, he wanted, I think, one. Oh boy, World Cup football is very strange, you know. So Neymar couldn't get the other goal. He have to wheel and come again. Hopefully he will live to see and be fit, you know, to stand another chance or to get another chance to do that. So, you know, FIFA in general, you know, we said that Pele was known as the king of football. You know, he was considered by many to be the greatest player of all time. Yes, of course. But where it is now, you know, it says too, and this is what I really need to learn. People, this is the time that I'm calling, especially Dunga. Dunga, please, I would love to meet you, Biancet. You are a man who have your history sorted out. You know the game. So Dunga, let me know if you can come and assist me here, because it is said that he's the only player to have won 3 World Cups. He was the only player to date to have won 3 World Cups. So there was no other player who played with him over that period. Wow. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. And he's also the all-time top scorer in World Cup and has flipped the FIFA World Cup odds countless times. Countless times. People, that was written, or that information came out in November of this year. November at this time. But FIFA has placed a top 9 FIFA players list. Yes. They had put out, and I'm not too sure if it's actually FIFA who put it out there, but it bears the name that the top 9 FIFA players of all time. And I'm going to read what the top 9. And again, I would love for you to assist me if I'm wrong, if the information is not, things on the internet not necessarily right all the time. But I am sure that this has some merit. Good? So the top 9, it says that Jared Muller, one of the best footballers in the world, made a reputation for himself too. He was an all-time Bundesliga goal scorer. Yes, that German. He actually began his football career in 1958, I suppose within the same time that the legend Pele started out. Yes. So he was a striker again, I think he also played in the US. He came to the US because at that time too, it seems as if that time US was lucrative for these players, The US also take them in because, Fort Lauderdale, and he also played for his home country and big team Bayern Munich in Germany. Right? So that was the number 9 player in terms of top players. Right? We have at number 8 is an Argentinian, Alfredo Di Stefano. Yes, Alfredo Di Stefano. That was the number 8 player that was, actually stated as the top 9. So he's at number 8. And his career people started in 1945. So this is not a player that we knew. This is not let me say me, for example. I think my very good friend and analyst Dunga. Me have another bridge named Blacks. Blacks, where they? Come in, Blacks, man. You and Dunga know the things, So, those persons were watching and following football. And the truth is, I don't know if in Jamaica during that time we were able to see any football live. No, I'm not sure. Very few people had TV. The technology was not at its best, or for what it may, they were not, that level was really weak, right? So we wouldn't be seeing Alfredo Di Stefano then. So he's at number 8 started, right? And so we continue to a man from Portugal. This again, I'm not Portuguese, so the name pronunciation not good, but it spells Eusebio. So that Eusebio, I think the E is a bit silent there, if I am right. I'm looking for the language specialist to correct me. But Eusebio from Portugal, he actually is scheduled or is named the 7th all-time player. Good. He started his career in 1971 as a club player back there in Portugal. All right. So again, that's number 7. At number 6, we have Johan Cruyff. Oh, what I have read about Johan Cruyff, I thought he would have been higher up. Yeah, I thought he would have been higher up. And we said that, yes, he was a very influential player in history of football. Yeah, man, Cruyff, I think at one stage I was saying that he would have been the the European Pele. Is that so? Yes, I think I've heard that level of discussion growing up. You know, so he also won the World Cup with the Netherlands. Yeah, man, Cruyff. But no, sir, this not sound right. But let me check it. They are saying that he won the World Cup with the Netherlands in 1974. That's what he will say. All right. Seems like we have a caller online. Good night. Good night. You're live on the Saudichress show.
Yo, Saudi, what going?
Good night, man. I am on. You're live on the Saudichress show.
Yeah, man. What going, man? You're not gonna remember me still. You get me?
Well, that's true. Not picking up the voice, but you can identify yourself.
Yeah, man. I'm Buru, man. Yeah.
Buru.
Yeah, man.
Okay, Buru. You look like you're calling from London, man.
England. In Birmingham, man. Birmingham, man.
Birmingham. Respect, Buru.
Yeah.
So what say you?
We used to live right next to the school gate at Shiloh Church. Mafia. You remember Mafia?
Yes, man. I remember Mafia.
Yeah, man. I didn't call my stepfather. You saw my stepfather, man.
Okay, big up yourself, man. Big up yourself. So how things, man?
Yeah, nose. Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good.
That's good.
Yeah, man. Nose, how are you with my sister, man?
Okay.
All I know.
All right. I wonder if Noah's watching the show, man, to come and give us some insight. So, Buru,
Yeah.
which team you support in England?
Arsenal, man. Gunners, man.
You sure you know this year you start support the Gunners, boss?
No, man. I love them. Long time I support the Gunners, man.
Oh God, that's cool. That's cool. Yes, man.
We talk to Mesa when he show me a thing about the FIBA thing.
Yes.
So we are looking to keep a thing. We are looking to keep a thing. In the summer. For support, to try to get some stuff for the youth, them as well.
Okay, that's nice, man.
Yeah, man. But when me line up it proper, we just work for it at the moment. But when me line up it proper, me mess them, me chat to mess them anyway. So when we get the thing properly now, then me go give more information.
Okay, that's nice.
Yeah, man. But keep up the good work. Me like it too. Me always listen and subscribe and me always give the like and stuff. Yeah.
Yes,
but keep
bro.
up the good work, man.
Maximum respect, man. Happy for that.
Yeah.
All right, sir. So just continue to share and like the Saudichress show, and spread it over England in Birmingham there.
Definitely, man. We have a nice community in a few adrenaline past students well there in Birmingham.
Okay.
So we try to. Yeah, man. A few, well, man. A lot, man.
That's good. That is so good, man. I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah, man. So we're gonna try to keep up here, and as we say, we're gonna try to keep something for the little promotion thing and try to get back some stuff for the football. Cause I like how the team I go. I like what Tafari do. I like what Rasta do.
Yeah, man. Big up Tafari anyway there,
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
For real.
I know follow company, man. They all both, man. So you get me?
Yes, man. Respect.
Remember, you was the shot you sent off was you. Victor Ross, man. I don't understand how you could be a center off. I remember so nobody could out jump you, man.
I tell you, I tell a lot of people that, and it take a while for them to understand, but when them see me play, they realize. I don't know, that was just my gift,
Yeah, man. No man understand. Say, enough man couldn't. Nobody could know what jump people like that. You wasn't tall.
That's true. That is so true. I really enjoyed playing against some tall fellows, some tall
Yeah,
forwards who
man.
think them have everything nice and we just, but that's how it go. Really happy for the days,
Yeah, man. No, man, not follow you, man. And say, I'm gonna tell you, when you go in a long shop, and my mother used to have this stall on the long shop named Jai, man. As you drive,
Ja,
coming
ja.
up from field, the first stall, the clothes used to sell at me all lady that, man.
Bro, let me
Yeah,
tell you
man.
this. I borrow call you from school days.
Eh? Yeah, man, I'm more than call me, man.
Listen, no, man. Hey, let me tell you something. It's a long time, but I want to tell you, the more me talk and the more me listen, it coming right back to me, man. Trust me.
Yeah, then sorry, the whole time. You there from Kula wait for taxi for go, man. Yeah, about, man.
Hey, because I know this try well. And you see, let me tell you, bro, to be honest with you, sometimes, we look at things in a particular way, but as me say, now you call and we talk, things start coming back,
Yeah, I know. I'm sure, man, guy. Remember your brother Ali used to play cricket at evening time when sometimes you were trained. Ali play cricket, man. You bigger brother, man, and then because I think that told for Ali in it.
Yeah, man, for real. you know the thing, man.
Just pull us out, man. You see wait for taxi, man. Right on that business, that man. How you talking about, man?
Ay, man, for real. Back in the days,
Yeah, man, man. They're big. Man, I'm going to follow, man. They're big center half, man. Trust me.
Trust me. Thank you very much, man. I want to tell you. Well, back in those days,
Yeah, man. The man, I understand, man.
It just happened.
We always come close and never. Always come close,
Boy, I want to know we can say, we actually win ourselves a title, last year and could have made it too, but that's how football is. So we're really happy and appreciate the team for the past 2 years and the coach. We have to say big up, big up Coach Taffy. I've done a wonderful job,
Yeah, man, I like what you do, man. I like what you do. I like the reach out and the
respect, man.
Yeah, man. Long time. Them. All of them, man. I like it, man.
We continue. One of the things that I'm looking forward to do next year, bro. I would love that one of the night on the show. I want to do a Elinalin show. We get a lot of passes, not just ballers. And people come in and show up them thing. And you understand what I say? Yeah, man. And we have a real good talk, a good 2.5, 3 hour show where people come and advise and we, a little reunion show. That's something me call a show the one night. So it's like you and you mobilize your people them from in a Birmingham, England. That would be good.
Yeah, man. Can we have a little? No, we not tell lie. We have a little community over here, man. So I may have try organize it. Come they done. Come me message some and then in reach out and I say I'm Boca.
Yes.
I'm the message Boca. Yeah, so we have here. I just forget everything now, but me no want to say no until me get everybody and everybody on the same page. Mm-hmm. So we know so we can do something. Now we don't think about it for a long time, but just to wait and if we have a person we could have really trust me. All things set up. So
yes.
Once we are trying to lay the foundation first, and then after we lay the foundation, then we can then reach out and say, yo, this are from Birmingham or this are from England side. So we know we can have something to just support. Because in any way we can help, we have to go try because a full school.
Oh yeah, say
even though we are past students, are still full school.
Yeah, man. Hey, bro, let me tell you see what you're talking about in England. It's very, I'm looking forward for that development. Because, it would be good to have an arm of PIBA in England. Why not?
Yeah, man. I don't work on man. Yeah, in our program we are work for me, man. Just try and, cause I went for travel with company. Yeah, man, for 8 me and travel.
True. True, man. Trust me, yo, man, I tell you.
88 and no place me go, man.
But I can imagine.
Trust me, sorry, man. I've been there, man. So, and me see we come close. There's Dunga say Dunga mess you up on night time, you know, because Dunga and the court kick off and the man get to play now. Remember, I think he never play for with Monroe.
Monroe.
We got 1-1 with Monroe.
No, man, we did beat Monroe 1-0, man.
Yeah, but, because we did go back as in Ben Francis. Dunga didn't play that one match, you know, man. I remember Dunga was on the top man them time there, you know.
No, man, he need come back in the Ben France. He need come back in the semi-finals.
And him brother fall him down was it on
Woodside? Yeah. You're right.
Man, we know like, man. I'm sure been. But yeah, man, me like what I do. Me really like it, man. Cause you even though I'm not there to make but you kind of give you knowledge of what go on.
Yeah, man.
Not only with competition, but your footballing knowledge for the whole still. So.
Yeah, man, respect. You try to do that, you know?
Yeah, man. Nose can't take, nose will tell you, man. Yeah?
I don't see him at the show, you know, but him as soon as go on, you know him go on like him shy already. Him at the show, man. Him a listen. Him a watch.
Yeah, man.
Yes, maximum respect, man.
Yourself, yeah?
Yes, bro.
That in our pipeline, so when me making what the full 100, yeah?
Yeah, man, and me have your number, so we go and lock your number and we touch base here, sir.
Yeah, man, I'm my number that, yeah?
Alright, maximum respect, man, and have a good night. Continue to view the show.
Yeah, man, respect, sir.
Thanks,
yeah?
bro. Bless up yourself, bro. You know, big up. Yes, that's our first caller, the man called Burro. Original compliment, you know, from back in the days. I tell you, hey people, I tell you, say, you know, make me feel good, you know, because I try to put out some content where I think we help people out there, especially those on the overseas side. You know, we're still looking forward because we're still healing our own people on the ground. We must continue to say that. Yes, so let me get back to the chat. RR, bless up, man. Bless up yourself, RR. I mean, bless up the host and, you know, yes, Piba family, I mean, bless up RR, ever present, ever be here, you know. VIP services, blessings to you, my boss. Big up yourself, Mr. Damien, from VIP services. Well, RR says, sorry, the JC coach was mentored by a former company teacher, Mr. Hutchinson. Oh my God. R.I.P. Sir Ochi. Hey, that man is actually, you know, man. Ochi was my teacher, Ochi was my friend to the day of his death, you know, but that's how life go. Yeah, man. So guess what happened? You know, so that means me I try to get a brother upon my show still, you know. So hopefully me can get him before me have to cram the show next week, people. Me have some really important guests coming up. And we really, you know, I wanted to have these people before the end of this year. But that's how it is, you know. I can tell you. And people, many persons were crying out to get, you know, especially the president of ISA on the show. I can tell you, we have confirmed for next week, and so look out for him. I can tell you, you know, next week Friday or so, and we want to top off the schoolboy football discussion, and no other are the better person to do that. Nobody else, you know, other than the president of ISA himself, Mr. Wellington. So, Mr. Wellington, if you're watching, big up yourself, and thank you very much for confirming for next week, sir. Just have to tell the family. I can't hide it no longer. All right. So bless up yourself wherever you are, Mr. Wellington. All right. So yes, man. JC coach. I'm trying to have him on the show. Also, the great Lenny Hyde spoke to him, you know, about, you know, busy time, family time. So still looking forward. When you say adrenaline footprint all over the place, that's so true. That is so true. Everywhere you turn, we have adrenaline. Sometimes they're not the bad part of the news. So, but guess what? It's always, you know, and we don't say other schools don't have it. But, you know, when you have and I can say I know many schools that have this sort of close relationship with past students. And it's very important. I am happy that we are building not just a past student association, but this PIBA thing, people. This PIBA is raising a lot. Not the questions that PIBA is raising, are people raising about PIBA, I hear some people ask me, where do you come from? The fact that PIBA was basically, right now, I can say PIBA is basically 2 years old. But I've achieved so much, and that's what surprised a lot of people. The fact that we are, 2 years old, and our achievements have been very great, very, very great. So that are the questions that they are asking, nothing negative. And, we're really happy, and we continue to ask for other persons to join the group. You hear the man Burrow from over England. We want him to continue to drive it over there so you can have a different England armed of PIBA. So PIBA Executive, I hope those who on the show are watching and you're listening, you hear for yourself. I don't have to bring this information to you. You would have been there. Again, Mr. Lee, I see you same way in the thing now. Big up yourself, Mr. Lee. Give me a call now. Long time we no chat. All right, so as we're on the great man Pele, and people, this could be a very good discussion, come in with the Pele issue, because we have to share that level of respect of the great man who just passed. So we're at number 6, and I mentioned Johan Cruyff, who I believe was a very good player based on what the discussions as a youth growing up, who they have seen basically. But something about Johan Cruyff, a very, very great player based on what I have seen clippings of him as well, and maybe that really give the light why some journalists, or analysts would have believed that he would have been the European Pele. You see how great Pele was? All right, so Franz Beckenbauer. Wow. That nickname, the man they call Kaiser. And if those of you who play football or who follow football gears, more so shoes, more so football boots, you realize that man Franz Beckenbauer, that's where the brand coming from. The Adidas Franz Beckenbauer, the Kaiser football boots. Them boots I can't done. So if you remember them boots, give me a call. Hey, I know for the youth of these days, if them see them boots, they laugh, they don't want them, They really don't want them. You understand what I say? When you say one king, yeah, one king Pele. As me say, yeah, man, Pele is a legend, but me always believe that, the goat must be alive. Can't kill the goat. All right, so that's number 5, Franz Beckenbauer. The German man, he was actually, I read something earlier and I really question it because I'm not sure. I don't think the Netherlands have ever won the World Cup. No. So that information would have been out. Sorry, people, if I provided wrong information there. But as I said, I call it back. It raised questions, so I really did due diligence. All right, so number 4. Oh my God. You know what number 4 is? Cristiano Ronaldo. I believe, though, Cristiano Ronaldo is one of the best goal scorers we have ever seen in football. Trust me. He's a prolific goal scorer. That's what I rate about him. He has won the Ballon d'Or quite a number of times. Not sure. I think he has won the Ballon d'Or more times than Lionel Messi. Again, people, if you have that information, give me a call. And I soon get it for you. But I know Christie won the Ballon d'Or 5 times. I'm not sure if Messi won it 5 or 4. But I think he was leading Messi as it relates to... Was it that... You know something? I think they both won it 5 times, I think so. I think both players won it 5 times. But, we'll leave it there. And again, this is a discussion. And maybe it's the right thing that I can't tell you everything. So you call in and help me out here. All right? My friend Dunga, what happened? You're not taking the invitation. Give me a link, man. Let me know. All right? At number 3, Lionel Messi. People, This information was done earlier in the year, not recent. All right? Not a recent information. This was done way before the World Cup. All right? So at that point, they had Lionel Messi. And of course, I believe worldwide, a whole lot of people would have said that Messi is the best player in the world. At that, they are not saying he's the best player ever, you know. At the time of this report, at the time of the information, most people consider Lionel Messi as the best player in the world. Yes? So, Messi has won 5 Ballon d'Or, I think. I think he has won 3 or 4 Champions League. 4 Champions League title? Well, with Barcelona, yes. So, you know, he had scored, I guess he's the all-time goal scorer for Barca and also Argentina. Big man, Messi in the life. Messi must be right now. Right? One thing though, with Cristiano Ronaldo, I should say, he's the all-time top scorer. He's the all-time top scorer in Champions League football. Yes? That's where I think Cristiano have another edge. Well, I think so, yes. And again, we have that for debate. So at number 2, Diego Maradona. Yes. While this information was published, it has said that Diego Maradona would have been the second best player, of course, because he's at number 2 of all time. You know, I think Maradona, people, with speed, in my view, he was the best dribbler of the football, with speed. Yeah, man. His ability to move and dribble his ball quickly. Maradona. Yes, that's my whole thing. You know, he has won the World Cup only once, and that was in 1986. You know, and based on that information, his greatness also come. I guess he is the top goal scorer in Copa America. Yes. In that competition, the Copa America competition, he would have been the all-time leading goal scorer. Again, we have information that we can check on that, people. So, at number 1, the legend Pele, king of football. You know, many persons, if you run a poll, maybe I should do a poll tonight, you know. I wonder if it's too late. For me to set up a poll in here, to hear some people or give something. All right. RR, boy, you can't, you know, easy, you know, RR. It's a Puma King. Still the best boots in my opinion. All right, no problem, my boss. No problem. All right, so RR, Messi have 7 Ballon d'Or. Oh, all right, thanks very much for that. How much Christy have RR? Give me that information to know. Yeah, thank you. I'm waiting on it. You are the RR, you can't take an invite, man, and come live and come play with the show. Yeah, move some, man. Man, we're ever there every night of all the information. All right, I'm looking forward to your invitation to accept. All right, so we said that the great man was the greatest of that time. People, the reality about this is that now, as of the World Cup final, and I said it before, that I have crowned Messi the GOAT. Why did I crown Messi the GOAT? Based on his accolades, his achievement, and what he has done for football over such a long period. He has, or should I say, provide or produce all the attributes to be the all-time. What he didn't have prior to the World Cup was a World Cup. The debates, and for those persons who respected Pele as the GOAT of all time, I'm not going to say you're wrong. But it is debatable because there are some persons said why Pele is that because he had won 3 World Cups. using the what would I say now? The criteria for World Cups won would have been unfair to every other player. Why? Based on how football is, you're not going to find so many persons playing 3 World Cups. Well, guess what? We had 2. Messi had played a few. Could have won 3 too. Ronaldo had played. Could have won 3 too. And when I say could have, based on the number that they had played. Sorry. But such is the nature of it. So I think that criteria would have been a little bit out for me. Right. So this information, as I said, was published in April and also rewritten or come back to the fore in November, just before the start of the World Cup. So that was it. I think now, if you look at it, I would have changed the listing or changed the numbers, the ranking of the top FIFA players of all time. And listeners say no, FIFA. So don't beat me up for that. I'm not talking about mixing up with club. FIFA ranking. Alright, people? So that's a little information that we need to digest and to take on. So, Pele, may his soul rest in peace. May his soul rest in peace. And we all know that Pele, life and legacy. Legacy will live on. You know, every time a player take up or want this number 10 shirt, I'm sure, even for those who don't know him or have followed him now, if they did the research, they realize that this man is branded. He is a real number 10. He is the reason why many of us want to use this number 10 shirt. And if you ask Messi might tell you Maradona because he grew up in Argentina and I watch Maradona. But if you really listen, many people will tell you, say, boy, are the great Pele. Alright, people, I also, if you look at the screen, as I said before, you should be seeing it, and I continue to advertise. So coming in January, on Wednesdays, not sure we'll start the very first Wednesday, but we have something in mind. Why? We still have some unfinished business with some other guests to come in. So the first Wednesday may be a problem. So starting in January, as you have seen there, we'll have Let's Talk Education. That's a Wednesday show. And I encourage all of you viewers, whether you are a sports person, an entertainer or not, we all have an interest in education. We all need to know what's happening. And education doesn't mean school. What we try to provide, or what the Saudichress show will try to provide, is to educate you with other information. Inform you with other information. So you still will get a little entertainment and you still will be getting sports. Because you know what happened, people? A lot of us in Jamaica today, and probably worldwide, who are sports administrators, who play the game of sports, who continue to talk sports and do sports, they're also in education. So you won't miss sports, I can tell you that. But I also want to encourage those persons who don't really like sports, but they subscribe to the Saudichress channel. There's something coming out for you. Because there's a lot of teachers who have subscribed, but they really don't watch the show every night because they're not too much into the sports. They're not too much into football. So this will be your show every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. as a start. Mark you, the Wednesday show though, as we mentioned 8:30, we might go a little earlier based on the audience. So it's not, if you notice, I don't put up the timing yet, but you know that we are at 8:30 show, so we continue to say that until information gathered. All right, people. So look forward to seeing you on Let's Talk Education. All right, people. So we continue. So I will leave it there for the great man Pele. I'm still looking forward to hearing from you and for you to join me in the further discussion. I hope so far, the past hour has been very fruitful. I hope that I keep you alive and well as it relates to that aspect of it. But continue on football. Another very good player in Ronaldo. There is some information out there as it relates to Ronaldo. So, in recent time, people, we heard news, we have seen a lot of different information coming about Cristiano Ronaldo. And a news came out this morning or today that Cristiano Ronaldo has signed a new deal but with a different club. And so the information is out there that Cristiano Ronaldo is no longer a Man United player. No longer. But he is now playing, and he will be playing football in the Middle East. Wow! What a contract. It's a big money contract. I am wondering though, can we have some Cristiano Ronaldo fan coming in, chiming in tonight to give us a little closer look at what this contract is all about. Where's the phone? Okay, not my phone. Right? But from the information reaching us and from a reputable source, I believe, ESPN have stated that Cristiano has signed with Saudi club Al Nassr after Man United exit. Alright? Now, we will get into the more of the contractor, more so the dollars, the financial aspect, because that's just my view. If I'm wrong or if you see it otherwise, I know you have a lot of Christy fans out there that will try to state differently. However, at Ronaldo's state of mind now and his career, I mean, he's just playing to enjoy himself and making more money. What is it? But another side of the story coming from the Mail. You know the Mail coming out of England? There is a school of thought. And so there are two players, but one ex-player, a pundit, has labeled Cristiano Ronaldo's contract with Al Nassr. They say that this move is a sad end. Yes. Carragher, a pundit, a former Liverpool player, labels Cristiano Ronaldo's Al Nassr move a sad end. Is it a sad end to Cristiano's career or a sad end to Cristiano playing in Europe? While his friend and co-pundit, Neville, believe his ex-teammate wanted to stay in Europe. So Neville believes that Cristiano Ronaldo wanted to stay in Europe. But why didn't he stay? Why didn't Cristiano Ronaldo stay in Europe? I think at this stage, at age 37, and his recent outburst, both in club and country. Yes, outburst not so much in words, but actions. His discontentment at age 37, really and truly. Which club in Europe could afford to pay Cristiano Ronaldo with this sort of attitude? A school of thought, people. Which club in Europe, whatever tier, whatever level of football in Europe, could afford a 37-year-old world star with his latest attitude towards football management or coach? I'm not saying maybe to the club too. But put that aside. Ronaldo confirmed his move to the Saudi Arabian side on a sensational £175 million a year contract. So this contract worth £175 million a year. My neck hurt, me people. I don't know if I the 175 million pound I give me a decade or a straight. But that's a huge sum. A very, very tidy sum. But you know, when you look, and maybe if you should convert that pound into Saudi dollars, it may very well be a chicken feed. Well, based on what I learned from these Saudi players, the managers, take it like how me tell you, them people have money, These people are willing to buy out clubs, so no wrong if them buy out a player. They have the money. But this contract is after his exit from Manchester United in November. It goes to say that Ronaldo, at 37, had been a free agent after leaving Man United in the wake of a damning and controversial interview with Piers Morgan, with fans now flocking to social media to claim he is done after moving to the Middle East. While I understand that statement and what the fans believe, but a man at 37 run, equally or even better than some 25-year-old right now. Cristiano Ronaldo at his age is far better than a lot of other strikers we see on the world stage. I'm telling you. Mark, the age, yes, he has lost a lot of speed and he is unable to keep up with the skills that he used to do, but still have it. But why would you say the man is done when he will continue to play football every week and most importantly, earning big money? Big money. I tell you, people, I tell you, Carragher and Neville were asked about, for their thoughts on that whole situation. So that's when they made it clear. That's when they made their comments very, very clear. So, what do we expect from a Cristiano Ronaldo down in the Middle East? What is it we expect Cristiano Ronaldo to do down in Saudi Arabia? Well, as I say, Saudi, part of my name. My place. The only thing I don't have with them have, I don't have the riches and the money. So Ronaldo go and get a few. Boy, may I tell you, the money that is now in football, or sports in general, is very coveted. Very, very coveted. And I'm sure now many players who are playing in the EPL and La Liga, Serie A, Bundesliga, who maybe at this point in time, regardless of their age, maybe not looking or probably don't see themselves making the national team for the next World Cup. The people have to be factual. Whether it's form or them really not as good as the others from their nation. Who would turn down a £175 million a year contract right now in Saudi Arabia, where I don't think the workload is as high or great as that at the EPL? I believe right now that's easy picking for Ronaldo. And I'm sure that that man Ronaldo would have put some clause into that contract to play every match, one. Maybe not to train every day because of his age. So he probably saving the energy for games. Yeah? Oh boy. It's a whole lot to discuss. I use that aspect of training because I don't know why, in recent time at Manchester United that Cristiano Ronaldo end up in such boil, and, playing that sort of indisciplined reaction towards Manchester United. Why? But, he knows that if he has gone to the US or right now in Saudi, he would have been making much more money than what, he probably making now at Man U with less work. But I'm going to look back and maybe not look, but I'm hoping that one of our viewers, our Dunga, can step up to the plate. Step up to the plate and give us an idea of what Cristiano Ronaldo was earning at Manchester United. Yes? A whole lot to digest, people. Whole lot to digest. And so, we are looking to hear. Maybe the the contractual agreement are getting Cristiano Ronaldo to come to Saudi Arabia. That may give him and Saudi Arabia an opportunity to highlight themselves or their competition to the world. Because that move, I believe the media, the European media, Portugal is in Europe, yes. But the European media, for sure, will place more emphasis on this Saudi Arabia competition. More so, the Saudi Arabia team that Ronaldo will be playing for, Al Nassr. I bet you my team victory next match. Or, if that is not the case, I bet you say Arsenal now win Premier League. If it is not the case to get Saudi Arabia football highlighted now, more so Al Nassr, that's one of the big deal in that contract. Cristiano Ronaldo playing in Saudi Arabia for Al Nassr. Big thing down in Saudi. Big thing. So it's a win-win for both parties. One thing I'm praying for, I hope and pray that Cristiano Ronaldo do not get into any aspect of disruptive or indisciplined behavior down in Saudi Arabia. Please, Christy, finish your career on a high. Go down to Saudi and just score. Just bag up the net. Bag up the nets. Whole heap of goal. And see how people follow you again. People are telling you there's so much in football that's going on. That is, it's a whole lot to digest. Whole lot to digest. So, we see the death of Pele. We're now seeing a big contract Very, very big contract by Cristiano Ronaldo. Mm? Yes, man. And so, I'm sure that he will be a very, very big star down at Saudi in a little while. Yes. So, people, as I said, these are things that, I'll be hoping for. Hopefully that, he will be able to carry out that sort of duty, down in Saudi. Because he's a good player. He's one of our stars. Unfortunately, that this is how things appear just now. But, we here on the other side of town, some of us who supported Cristiano Ronaldo, who actually were in the debate that Cristiano Ronaldo is better than Messi. We know we have that sort of people. But then, where is he now? Will he finish his career on a very good note? That's what I'm looking for. That's what I'll be hoping for. Because he's a good player. He needs to be on the map. And so, I will follow this trend as well. The Saudichress show. I will find a way to get through to Saudi Arabia. Again, it's my place. You went name? Saudi Arabia. So I'm going to try my very best to get much information, especially on this deal. I like it. I like it. You know what I think that people are going to complain about? Especially the Ronaldo fans and the Man U fans. If Ronaldo go to Saudi and start bag some goals, the first they go and say another side if I play against. And some go and say, boy, look how the man could have bag some goals for us. Worse, if the goals dry up at Man United. Worse. But, it's one of those things. It's really one of those things that we have to accept people's decision. We really want to have, the best for football. Yes, man, the best. We want our sons, and we probably could say our daughters too. Yes, to really enjoy what's happening in the world of football. We want to. That's a very good thing. We need to. And so, Christy, as Mr. Boss, let's go down to Saudi and we'll bag up some goal, people. Let me see what's happening in the chat to see if persons are active. I have a mind that to no run. Go, hey, why go on the chat, man? Where people them there, man? Come back, man. As me say, no, tell me if you don't think I need to take another way out. All right? On this time, let me take time out again to big up our sponsors and to say thanks to all our sponsors and also prospective sponsors. Yes, who will participate, who will continue to give much guidance to this show. Much, not just guidance, but whatever it is. People, it is very, very important that we continue to do what we are doing because, a lot of people, a lot of people out there, I can tell you, want to see this Saudichress show continue. And this is the way that we will continue. This is one reason, one way how we can continue to let it grow. All right? So, we want to really big up our sponsors. PIBA, the Past Adrenaline Ballers Association. We want to say thank you. We want to big up Toad and Nose Heating and Cooling System. And again, that coming out of New York, people. All right. Deja Vu Retro Party. Managed and owned by Bobby, a.k.a. Chris. Yes, man. Another PIBA member. Dallas Fine Cut Barbering out of California. The PIBA chairman. Big up yourself. Taste of the Island Restaurant. Yes, man. Taste of the Island Restaurant. That is coming out of St. Petersburg. Managed and owned by our own PIBA advisor, Leo Parker Anderson. Solid Rock Black Factory. Yes, owned by, Wazim Thomas, bro. Big up yourself, bro. Big up. You don't know anything set, man. And so we want to continue to say thanks and ask them their guidance. We want them to continue to play the role that they are playing. There are some other sponsors like Satisfaction Electronics and Entertainment that coming out of Saudichress from Mr. Stewart. We also have VIP services, again coming from Colorado. All of these persons are well-thinking people. They are who make this show possible. We also have Gregory Messam behind the scenes. Doesn't want us to highlight it, but I must do so. We want to also say big up Conway Basil Gale, coming out of Queens, Long Island. Man from Jansal. Big up yourself, Basil. Anyway, you're there. Juki's Shipping, coming out of New York. Yes? Big up yourself, Juki. You don't know the things set, alright? And we continue. So, people, these are our sponsors, and we want to say thank you. We want to ask them to continue to do what they were and are doing, because somehow we will have a good show. All right, so we are on the brink now. We are on our next call. So let me take this call. Caller, good night. You're live on the Saudichress show. Oh, Mr. Lee, what's up?
Sally, what you going, bro?
Big up yourself, bro. Where you going with?
Well, I'm there just like a quick yell up,
Oh yeah, so man, trust me, big up yourself.
Yeah, man, I couldn't link you up later earlier because I'm kind of busy, Just like yell up now still.
Oh yeah, thief, I think I work.
You know it's already, man.
I tell you, it's the power of the Saudichress show, people.
Yeah, busy, man. That's why I'm going to get the link here earlier, man. So what going for the new year?
The new year looking bright, The new year looking bright. If you look at screen, I really want to add a little thing to it. The Saudichress show is all about entertainment, sports, and education. So one of the plans for the new year is that on a Wednesday, we have the show that we call Let's Talk Education, and we will devote Wednesday evenings for educational. Education is a lot. You also will get your sports out of the education. You will also be entertained. But you don't know Saudichress have to cater for everybody, and we want to bring information, not just for those sports fanatics, but for those who really want to know what's happening in education in Jamaica. So that's one of the big things coming up for January, and we continue.
Yeah, man. I like the addition part, the education we are adding thing, I like that,
Yes, thanks, man. It's
3 days a week to talk show and can dedicate one to education. I like that,
Yeah, man.
So that should be a good thing.
It's important.
Looking forward to that. Look forward to the education part, I think, going forward,
Yes. Because what I think. Yeah, go ahead.
We are saying next week you might have a FIFA. He's a president, you say now?
Yes, man. On Friday of next week.
Friday of next week, yeah, man. Come on, ask your brother a question. So hopefully make it on the show,
You might watch the show, though.
Yeah, that's good. You want him to come, yeah?
Yeah, man. So,
yeah, man.
we spoke today, we confirmed. It really and truly should have been Wednesday, but based on his schedule, it might be, a little tricky, and I don't want to schedule him and then you have to back out. So, it's for Friday.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, man. I want to top off the schoolboy football thing, and he's the best person to close it off for us.
Okay. Sound good, Sally. Sound good.
Yeah, man.
Good
Thanks,
plan,
man. Thanks very much. And we're looking forward to next year to be bigger and better, because I know some persons are just hearing about the Saudichress show. As you realize, I got a caller since night, and I'm telling you, I'm so impressed. He's an adrenaline past student, somebody who I know, but you don't see or hear people long time, And the fact that he has reached out and even giving plans to help our adrenaline P-batting, you understand? So, as we said, as we go along, we try to reach people from all angles, and we continue to encourage and to inspire people in whatever we do.
Yeah, man, I yourself, man. Things only get better and better as we go along, man. You know.
Yeah, man, for real, for real.
Yeah.
Without
You're doing a good job. You're doing a good job, man. Keep it up. I'm thinking I'll take a holiday still, but I say so dedicated to it. On Christmas, you put in the things in here, so
Hey,
much respect for that.
Lee, let me confess a little bit. Let me confess. I really wanted some time, you know.
Hey, sorry. We still coming at night. I said, why sorry, can't even take a Christmas off, you man.
But I took the Christmas off, man. You see, in Jamaica, Lee, this year we had 2 Christmas days, you know.
I realize only in Jamaica you have 2 Christmas Day and 2 Boxing Day.
Yes.
Let me realize I go along there. I'm going to change the things around.
So what really happened? What really happened, Lee, is that one of the Christmas Day fall on the show day, Monday.
Yeah.
So, you know, I know that a lot of people gonna have their Christmas dinner and other entertainment things. So you say, you know what? Maybe it's a good day for me if I take a little ease, go enjoy myself with family too. You know. But to my surprise, people calling out asking me if me done the show already. So I was actually.
Yeah, man. I know you like the thing.
Listen, me man.
What the shows?
Trust me.
You can't wait.
I'm gonna pronounce this, Bridging, if people don't know. It's my new hobby, and I love it bad. The only drawback for me with this podcasting is the time. I don't have enough time, you know. But I try my very best to meet the requirements. I try my very best to put out content and information that will help to, you know, to carry people and to give them what they want. You understand?
Yeah, good job, bro.
Yeah,
What's commended, you know?
Thanks very
Trust
much.
me, and next September when the schoolboy season starts, they can have some good equipment for video, you know, some drone of the year, so we can get from all angles.
Proper view.
People hook you up the right way, you know.
Listen, me tell you this straight. If they want to vex, they vex. You see, if Cuba no hook me up right way, like how you say it, I'm going to reach out to the Cubans.
Yeah. My Cubans are vexing area, man. I good to have a backup, you know. So they say, are we plan B? Are we plan B?
No, I'm not just plan B. And let me tell you, I don't know. If you don't have somebody carrying your games, you know, boss, don't be afraid, you know, call me, you know, because we know we can step up, you know. We are one in our bridge, and we have to help each other. So, as me say, it's not just about Edwin Allen. It's about the entire diaspora. You know, we are all one. We are Jamaicans, and we're trying to reach everybody.
Yeah, I think we set up.
Yeah,
man.
Man,
Then, I mean, you know me there already, man. So, I support me can put to all the things in.
Yeah, man. No problem, man. No problem. Maximum respect.
I see the time and energy, everything, man, and so. You know, you find time still, you know, with all the real thing, but you love it. Like I say, upcoming journalist, yeah?
Yes, my boss. You know, Lee, I had a conversation with a colleague this morning, you know, one of my supervisors to be exact. And, you know, I always send her the link, and the lady never watch it, you know. But somehow, it pop up and she see the Del Cita thing on it. And she was watching it this morning, and in the middle of it, she called me to say how she believes she has sports me do, how Del Cita come in as sports. Eh? But I said to her, if you look at the thing, you know, it says sports, entertainment, and education.
Oh, okay.
Right,
so it's the entertainment part.
Yes, man, I the entertainment part that too.
Man, you have to mix it up sometimes.
And trust me, I can tell you, Lee, it has been a great one. You people out there, the fans, you know, you really give me a drive as well. And the fact that you participated in the show over the time and you continue to participate, you know, you push me to do it. I'm telling you. So as much as you say me dedicated, yes, me dedicated, but there are some persons calling for the show, boss. So me could miss tonight.
So you don't know how refreshing, not describe the feel.
Trust me.
Say that can call it live game. Take the time out and give it a feed so we can know what's going on. A big thing, man.
Yeah, man. Trust me,
A
man.
big thing. I don't know if I love sports or thing, man. We are doing right now, so yes, man. Nice thing, man.
Yes, man, for real.
Appreciate it, man. Really appreciate it, man. And we just want to see the man just continue.
Yeah, man. And
Doing my best.
as long as health and life is here, boss.
Whatever. I say, man, and whatever we can do on our end, just keep going, see. I feel we just want to.
Yes. As me saying earlier,
New Year.
you sound like a prospective sponsor, you know, so not no wrong. You can call off the year and you can talk, man.
Nah, man, whatever me can me continue, man. Things are going. Things we can do it because at the end of the day, no, so they are putting the roots on the ground.
Yeah, that is true. That is so true.
I'm gonna I put in all the work. I sit down for a couple of hours. Yes. I connect about pulling all them still, but so far, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, man, tell you, for real, for real.
Pulling on last week, man, no kind of connection, but you know.
Yeah.
So you put it, see last week, you say, I come get half an hour not to be what? What? And that is showing promise. And that is showing starting promise. Boy, I'm gonna come again next year, don't?
Yeah, man. The man listen.
Say you wanna come back.
The man say he go call me at the end of January.
Yeah.
He say he go call me at the end of January. Why, Meran, big up yourself, you know, Meran. Me I tell you, hey, you think tall, you know, Meran. Trust me.
Yeah, man. I invite yourself, man.
Big man, listen. I tell you, you know, boss. You know, they will start their camp. They're gonna start a camp in January, and you know, there are so many questions. You know, as an educator, I have some questions that I really want to ask, and so I think they have them covered. And so I'm sure, you know, one of my guests will help me to highlight some of these things and to put them to the fore. Because let me tell you, I will present myself at the camp. I may tell them, say I want to be their show, you know, the YouTube channel will bring their information out to them, you know, to the people. Them. So I'm not pushing myself really to take over. I know they have their media already, but I will try my very best to cover because, you know, these are the same youths so we are watch day in, day out playing football. So, you know, I'll continue to follow them.
Yeah, man.
I'll continue to follow them.
So you say I try to get Lenny on the show?
Yes, you know, we had a conversation, you know, but the great man said, boy, I'm kind of busy, you know. Instead of Christmas season, I have him away, boss. So give him some time. Yes, man.
Sorry, I allow that no time off in Christmas.
You see, what are the things, you know?
I allow that put in the work, sorry. Come like a Chinaman, them sorry, a straight work, I say.
Hey, listen to me, no, man, may I tell you. As me saying, no, boss, a lot of things help me to do this right now. And, you know, me get good support from the family too. So guess what? You just have to hit it on. As me say, I'm really enjoying it, Bridget. Me not tell a lie. Me enjoy it.
I say, man, how we enjoy it, man. I know say a lot of people out there I enjoy it also, and they're behind 100% and willing to support whatever it takes. You continue to do what you're doing. You know what I say?
Yeah, man. Much respect, man. Much respect.
Yeah, man. And the new year coming, may the good Lord continue to guide and bless you and protect you and your family, so you can put on a lot more show for us, you know?
Chat about. All right. I will.
Entertain.
Let's say you want some entertainment too.
Yeah?
You want some more entertainment?
Yeah, they have to mix up with things, man. Sometimes I have to give us some surprise guests, you know.
Listen, may have some coming up, you know, brother.
Spice up the thing, you know.
May I tell you, may have some coming up, man. Trust me, don't. Hey, Lee, let me tell you something, man. Trust me, may have some real people coming out there next year.
Let me don't know, man. Sorry, let me don't know, man. It seems like I am the man. You have the pull, you know.
Yeah, man. Trust me. As me say, you know, may have other people who assisted me, and you know, may have to give thanks. So you don't know it's not just me alone, Bridget. May I tell you the truth?
Yeah, man. I mean, big up to your assistant, man. Whoever your assistant.
Yeah, man. Trust me. Yeah, man. May have me
kudos to them too, because we don't say you alone can do the thing.
No,
sir. Have a little backup
not at all. Yeah, man, me have to big up the one, Joel Allwood, man. Joel, I'm the technical person. You know?
Yeah, man, Joel, tough, man. And
Joel, tough, man.
Maximum respect for you out there. I help out Saudi.
You know, one of the things, I want to say, and me probably, Joel is a man a party animal, so I'm glad for the little break, him do the thumbnail for me today and everything. But you see that one I will see on screen right now. When we talk about Let's Talk Education.
Yeah.
And this man, me build it,
So, that one yourself?
Yeah, man, me build that one myself, man.
So you say, yeah, look, how long, yeah?
The thing is, me can do a little thing, but me not so creative. Me not so fast, man. Me I tell you the truth. And, one of the things is that, Lee, when you get people to assist you, and people can do the job, it don't make sense you fight it, brother. That's me. Me just try to be very inclusive in whatever I do. So if me can include other people, if you get the thing run right, I mean that. You understand what I say? It's not just about me.
At the same time, in case you can help yourself too.
Yeah, man. Most definitely, man.
The one have up on are you build that one?
Yes.
Still a learn for yourselves. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Because you see, Lee, let me tell you, the truth is, brethren, as me say, I started learning about this whole thing in October. And I really have to give thumbs up to PIBA because that's how I started. The PIBA people overseas wanted to see some games. Because I don't know if I tell you the story, but what I started out was to give some audio commentary on the games. And people start to say, no man, Saudi, you're too bad. This sound like when them listen commentary on radio back in the days. At time I think I make a fool of myself,
Yeah.
But saying that to say, because I remember sometime, you're a teacher and a listener, you turn this thing out in a sort of drama thing to the students and just to keep them alive. And, to my surprise, there are people members coming out and say, Bridget, this not enough for we right now, we want to see live game. So I said to them, if you go see it live, I'll get no audio. If you get video, you can't get audio. Man, they say, no, all right, continue with the audio. So I realized that, and when I check it out, I realized I can try a little streaming and commentate same way. So that's what I was doing, and as you know, I never have the best equipment. I'm a matter of fact, I start out with a tablet. And I get with Joel, the man who hold the tablet, and sometimes I tell him I don't see it a shake. I don't know when to do it for the whole match. So me what are you?
Really?
Yeah, man.
Usually when I hold a tablet, that shake,
You see the Clarendon College match? You watch that one there?
I never say a man have. Yeah.
It's a tablet, man.
One up a company, right?
Yes.
A company.
I first game that me streamed. I think so. No. It wasn't the first game. I think I the first game me stream live.
At first game, when you give out halftime, you give out
man.
Phone card,
yes,
phone credit.
Exactly. It's the first game I stream live, And it was a tablet, Joel Wolbridgen. It's a tablet.
I'm not shake go on,
Big man.
Usually them think they are shake, man.
When the match done, me have to ask him and do it.
Yeah.
And every move with me. Why did I tell you? So I tell him, what are you with them? Wicked, man. Trust me. Big time. Right now, Joel a party, night out, brother. So, because I know him dep on him time, him build a little thing for today, I say, I'm not pressure him now. I just do that one this morning. Just so me have it for my show. Because I use it as an advertisement. I have to make everybody know, say, at this hour go on Wednesdays come, and a different tone.
Yeah.
And of course, Bridging, the presentation I go look different, because, me can't just like how me dress for them show. Not true.
Yeah, we have a change up the thing a little, yeah?
So probably me I go want one of them close line if you sponsor me.
Oh, yes, sorry, buddy.
Trust me.
As you go along by thing, only get better.
Yes, man. Trust me.
And get more creative.
Yeah, man. But I promise you, I think I'm improving, and I promise to make it better as we go along,
Yeah, It's hard. Everything I improve from day one now. The commentating I improving, man. Yeah, man, everything, man.
A long time.
Yeah.
You know, Lee, I've gotten a few invitations to come to some games, you know, some major league games. But as we say, yeah, we're still in a discussion, you know, here and there. I even had talk with, you know, with Mr. Scott from Clarendon. But, you know, we have to discuss and see how things can work possible. One of the things is that I have to get myself some real thing, some tent where me can, if rain fall, me still cannot do something. You understand what I say? Because we had an issue when we have rains. Can't afford the liquid.
Oh, so right now.
Yeah, man. So
right now, tenting not get started out yet.
Well, it can, you know. It can. That's not that's not the big problem now. But as me say, you know, it has to be such a way where the funding is right too. That's the basic thing. You get me, I say, because me can leave St. Catherine and, you know, I go Clarendon every Sunday. You know, the traveling is a lot. It costs a lot. You understand what I say? The work itself. You understand what I say? So, me have a team that I work with. As me say, I know me alone. And I dare not tell everybody, say, boy, I'm me alone do this. No. Not at all. So, these are the things we, you know? Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. I look at things that need 5 pence lot, yeah?
Yeah, man. And you know, because there are some little corner leagues going on in and around, especially in my area, Linstead. You know, I'm looking forward to cover a particular final in 2 weeks' time. You know, it's corner league, but guess what?
You plan for live stream, now?
Yeah, man. The final.
Okay, cool.
Right,
yeah,
so all being well, you'll get some other information, some other thing about football, you know? As me say, it's all about football. It's not about just where you are from or who you support.
Which is good. Which is good, sir. You mix up a thing, man, which is good, you know?
Yeah, man. Most respect, man. How I say.
Mix up a thing. Like I say, things start out small and you know how big it can get, you know?
Hey,
so
listen me, man. Trust me.
Keep push ahead, man.
There are some things people would never believe, say, I don't know about this YouTube thing. And they don't believe me, you know? I learn as we go along. And I just do it because it's necessary. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
I just do it because it is necessarily.
Yeah, man. A good job, man.
Trust me, you know, for real.
Like me say, trust me, I get better and better each time, so.
Yeah, that's nice.
I get more comfortable with your thing and thing, you know?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man, much respect, man, because as Mr. General, hey, I don't know, you know, but look at, you see right now, you show you some sponsor thing turn up. You see the mic, you see me have both the mic.
Yeah, man, hey, one time I noticed this, you know, started, me if you touch you with that one, then just, when you come down from, when you come up in New York one time, I go back down, I see you, but it, when over here,
oh! You know what? Let me show you. I'm going to put it on, man. Let me tell you what happened. Look here. You can use, you know. And this one, you see, the earphone piece here, it is sponsored by Basil Gill. You may big up Conway Basil Gill, Bridging of mine, you know, out of New York. But this one I realize I don't want to ask this question. I'm going to call you and ask you because I don't want to stir up a can of worms. The mic itself. Yeah, man. The mic itself that you are seeing, it is a nice reduction mic. Yes. So away from my voice, you hear little external sources. I don't know if you miss me audience. Cause you know me have audience, right?
No, I never know that.
Alright. Let it stay right there. But the earphone is
Sorry, hold on, man. So while the show are going live, you see have audience in front of you?
More so behind me.
Or behind you or wherever they want to be a side of you. Where you have an audience?
Lee.
But never know say I think. Never say I think to the audience. About how much people in audience.
Lee, I mashed me up right now with Lee.
Yeah, I will people in audience.
Lee, you swear me tell us I don't want to open up a can of worms, man. But let me talk. Let me say it because it's good for people.
No, sorry, you never mentioned about audience. We don't know that. You are telling me that right now?
Alright, listen me now, Lee. And people, it's just the genuine thing. Me's a man like this, me no hide nothing, you know, and I me this. Me grow up, I'm like 1 cent, me can't change.
Yeah.
Listen to the thing, you know. Alright, before me go into that, so the earphone now, Basil sponsor me. It is so clean. It is so clean that it picks up everything. It also has a little noise reduction, you know. If I keep it very close to me, it don't pick up the wider ones. You understand? But if me touch my computer or knock anything or my chest, it pick it up. But when I just came down, I did have the flu, so when me cover my ears with it, it make me stuffy. So me use it one time and realize it's hard to use because me stuff up. And when me cover my ears, you know, it give me a little, so me talk louder. Me not used to it.
Oh, yeah.
So that is the reason why, you know, I don't use it much. But I'm getting to use it, man. I do some recording with it and I get to tone it and, you know, make it better. Big up Basil Panda sponsor there. So this mic now is sponsored by Wazim. Bro. You know Wazim? Yes, man.
No, but no, I never know. I know which one.
Look on the mic, brother. A big mic, you know, man. I don't know, flan mic, you know.
Yeah, man, I see the mic turn
All
up
right.
in front of your mouth, man.
Yeah, man. So it have an next part to it, but me not use it yet.
Yeah.
A little round
We
part.
don't have to use it yet.
Yeah, me not use it yet. But
You don't understand that the part right yet.
you know I do, but me just feel say me not ready for it. It a hide me face.
Okay.
Put it away there.
Tired of it. Yeah.
Again, and I've said that to say that because I'm using the camera from the laptop. See? So because of that now, that small view, me nah use a regular camcorder, you know, brother. You understand? So me have the well to get out that sort of a view the way I see. But the thing about it though, Lee, I'm gonna share with you the secret behind the audience. When I started, my audience, the first night me a stream, and me click live, me hear a man say, "You show live?" That a man ask some other people in I thing, you know. That time I chat, you know. So me see them. So a man say, "Yeah man, you know, yeah, the cricket them and the penny wally." So
Okay.
it was the cricket, the penny wally and me dog them and me nice background. So I them did a me audience pass.
Okay. Why are you no more audience, man?
They know that
You
yet.
get them?
No, them there, but them a behave themselves because of this mic.
Right, me got you, man. Me got you now.
Yeah, man, the mic say you want a full time this, you know. On a your show, this is a Saudichress show, no stay behind. So this mic really, you know, it actually, you know, reduces the foreigners. Just pick up the actual voice we are speaking at. You understand me? So
Which is right.
that is the reason.
Enough
So.
time I call them a Jamaican and pay penny wall in that.
You know that I don't joke.
And it's
Man.
sound loud, man.
So this is the reason why, you know, you're not hearing me audience that me always. So me have them as me audience, brethren. So people, you see the Saudichress show come from far.
Yeah.
Whole heap of cricket, whole heap of penny wally and I think me dog them in the background. Now you not hear them. Thank God for Wazim. And so, you know, so you see the importance of sponsors, you know. So big up yourself, Wazim. Big up yourself, Basil. Anyone there. You don't know we continue to do the thing. And other people supporting, I can tell you, all of the sponsors who you see me know, them chip in and do for them part, brethren. No disrespect. You know, so that's just the reality of it. So, yeah, man, you can imagine next year when everything shut out, man, and me and my camcorder set up and, you know, the whole works. Yeah, man.
So we started some commercial for anything.
You know, the commercial will come, you know, but one of the thing about commercial, me only want to do commercial with the sponsor then. Me can't.
So if a man call you and say, boy, he want you to do a party or something, besides from his sponsor, and he want you to do some advertisement, you not take it up?
Yes, man. Because it comes with other things. As me say, because put it this way, if you should call in, Lee, and said that you have a business you want me to put it out there, you want me come video something and you want me send it out there. You understand? I will do it. But the truth is, you see, it will have a little cost to it. Not because I want to charge.
No, man, but most definitely, that's why it's a commercial, man. I don't think commercial idea.
Yes, so that's why I say, me run the commercial, man. Oh, yeah, say, man.
When we mention commercial now, that the part I think we talk about, you know.
Yeah, man, so that me I tell you, man, so that's why I'm saying the commercial, man, or the sponsors, man, we up and running, man. Trust me.
Yeah, man. Yes, man.
Up and running, my brother. Because, as me say, it's one of those things that, we really want to get out there. If earlier I was, doing some slides with a few of the sponsors and so on, I try to build it up. Me get some, I want to tell us, me get some little commercial and make with the sponsors right now,
Okay, that's
yeah,
good.
man. So when you see me start play them and so on, it'll go happen, but as me say, that me I try to prepare for next year. So when me step in January, when me step in,
good, man.
yeah, man. When me step in January, man, things are go, a little bit more official.
Sound good.
Yeah, man.
Everything will plan outside, man.
Yes, I hope everything work out to plan. Me I put in the plan. As me say, as a teacher, brother, you have to plan. And me plan ahead. Yeah. So, not all the plans don't work out the way you want at times, But the good thing, you have a plan, and you probably have to have plan A, plan B, and probably plan C. You get to me there?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So that's it, man.
Sorry, earlier called from England we called, man, but we never want to say that big footballer, he's a big defender like that, man.
Lee, me play some good football in my days, in the early days.
Sorry, just looking at you now, I couldn't tell you you're a big footballer back in the days, man. Tell some man that play football, man, I probably laugh.
Alright, let me give you a story about this. Let me give you.
Sorry, my brother said, no, yeah, shot this man run about out of leash. Sorry.
Nobody get into that right now, man.
Say, I shot this defender and nobody couldn't pass it.
No.
Jump you.
Yeah, man, while I was playing Dakasta Cup, through me years at Dakasta Cup, I think I was the shortest player on the field.
We used to play stopper, last man, stopper, wing back, dealing. Sometimes anyway, coach find me fit for a particular game. Yeah.
But most of the games, I play a lot of games. In Dakasta Cup, I think majority of the games I played was, between sweeper and centre half, man marker really. Man mark, sweeper, and right back. I remember I have a game. I went to Homewood and playing a game up by Homewood, and a player step in, instep in a virgin. Get crack bone in a match, And yeah, man, when me get the injury, man, I play out the whole game. You see, when the game done, I take off my boots, Lee. My foot swell as the boots come off, it just comes so, like a balloon.
Yeah.
Anyway, stop at the hospital and them give me some. I think I get an injection. And if I go back Monday, go to the X-ray, I come realize the bone crack. So I think I was out for the entire rest of the first round. And I think I went, where you go? I came back at second round. The second round game we had was against Manchester High, up at Manchester High School. And remember, Vassal was the coach, and Vassal said to me the morning, can we start?
Oh, Vassal was your coach?
Yeah, man. Vassal Reynolds. And Vassal said to me, can we start training from the week? No ball, me nah kick, Me just do some jogging and so I get back my thing. And the man at the game Vassal said to me, Sadi, you have to play today, See what man said to me, I say, coach, I'm not kick no ball for a week. And I'm right foot, brethren, my strong foot, And him said to me, let me tell you this, man. Right now, every player wants you out there on the field. Because I was the captain too, I mean, just me used to motivate my team. Not just because I'm a captain. I like that sort of thing. You understand?
Yeah.
And the man said to me, say me have to play. The morning, you know. The man never tell me the day before, you know. Anyhow, big man. The man put me to play left back in a bridging. One of the problem was, or that game was a tactical game because we were playing against Manchester High School, and guess who was the coach of Manchester High School at the time? Courtney Jackson, Jacob.
Oh, yeah.
So it was a mind game.
That's interesting.
It was a mind game. And Lee, he said he just want me out there. The fact that I'm out there, the team will be motivated. And the man take me. Bridget, I couldn't believe them play me. And I said to you, Sir Bridget, I go out there and play left back. I think half time was, we down 1-0 half time, if memory serves me right. You see when I go out the second half, man, yo, it call like a me coach a pressure half time in a Bridget. And I go out the second half in a Bridget. And the first run, you know, me overlap, run a left back there, you know. And when me swing in across, you know, jump on the boy Tyson head, you know. 1-1.
Goal. Yeah?
What me say? I say furious I half. I mean I game. Yeah, one little red boy when name Joe there. Me no forgive him. Joe, play for Edwin. Every ball the man pick up in and me go, Sade. And you want Regina hap me. Me nah run good cause me hap on the right foot, you know.
What you do for overlapping?
And me say, Bridget, no boy couldn't pass me same way. Hey, one night time I go cross for one tall brother, you know, him big. Boy, I didn't call Toon from Manchester. But big baller. And when me go cross, we tackle the man in the Bridget. You know, says a right foot tackle me have to make and me can't adjust. You see, when me go in I tackle and say I 6 foot ago, me just say, boy, if I this I last play, no, but you're not passing, no, brother.
Yeah.
And when me put it on, I me no feel nothing. And me I tell you, say, trust me out. That game, I never know say I could have used my left foot like how me use it. Me I swing square. Me I kick out everything, you know. So that day, me really get a what I call it now, a sort of motivation from my coach to let me know, say, yo, you as a player, you is more important than just Sadi. Yeah, man. And from that, me accept it and, you know. Yeah, man.
So what was the end result? What was the end result of that game, sir?
We win the game 3-2.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, man. We win the game 3-2, man.
So, sorry, junior time for playing, we played 4 years for Eden Allen. How much you played the Castle Cup?
4 years.
4 years. So junior time of playing, what the furthest you guys ever reach?
At 2 semi-finals, I think we're going on.
Yeah?
Yeah, man. Where you go? Let me see if I can get my collection right.
And that was those what year was those
semi-final?
No, yeah, They went to semi-final.
1992 we got semi-final. Clarendon College beat us down a Woodside. After the train pass.
Yeah?
Man, when the train pass, we man they full up with it.
What happened?
The train, when the train pass Woodside, it come like it will we are watch the train and the man end up start kick ball now in it.
Oh, really?
No go so still. It was just a talk, but me not think it really go like that.
So what? So how much you not get that day? Sorry, if you pull up on the net. So.
4 love.
But that was the year Clarendon College won though, right?
Yes, they won 92. They won. Okay. But you know, Lee, let me tell you, that game was so strange, you know. Half time it was 0-0, you know. Dunga, Dunga.
But what I know, what Sadi?
Mm-hmm.
But Sadi, it seems like it's a trend though, you know, when it comes to your Eden Allen and Clarendon College.
Yeah, man.
Because Eden Allen play a good night first half, you know. And even sometimes I lead to, you know.
And
come second half for some reason, they make like CC.
And a joke, man.
Always come behind and put it out. So it's a trend from a long time.
It's a jinx.
Yeah.
It's a jinx. And
even with no last team, the team before that that won the Ben Francis, it was the same thing.
Yeah, man.
I mean, open a game against Clarendon College, I think you guys was leading like 1-0, you know, and the game probably end up like 4-1 or something like that.
Boy, trust me, I tell you the truth. A whole heap of time it happened, Bridget. It's not one.
Man.
It's a history thing.
It's like
but it like always be a very good game, you know? But me I tell you, Lee, trust me. But you know, as I say, man, my I have a rich history of me playing. To be honest with you, the first time I ran out in Dakar Star Cup, it was in 1990. Really and truly, I couldn't make the team, but I was training, and when some players injure and them not playing or they not change, yeah man, Coach Jacko used to give me the jersey if you go up on the bench.
Oh, so after Coach Jacko left Ednall, then Ronald.
Reynolds. But Mr. Reynolds was always there as the assistant,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, man, he's always there. And
So them two, they go way back, man.
Yeah, man. From way back. I think from 1988. But yeah, man. So I was saying that. So I got my first run out. I got a substitute change at the Carteret College 1990. I think we were leading something like 5-0 at the time, and coach give me a run. I think maybe about 10 minutes me get. I put on a little piece of show there, yes, man. But that have to myself, me I go on, man. Me put on a show. And the jersey when we play now, me I try. Some people don't remember. Some of my baller don't remember. A guy named Fat Albert. Big up yourself, Fat Albert. Anyway, you're there. Yeah, man, they live in Canada now. A theme jersey me get in a bedroom. Big like why not?
So it's the jersey you need.
Big man and the boots. Big. So you want to see me run. Because at the time, I went to the match and I never carry my boots because I never know them something that go happen.
Right.
And when team a change, coach say, yo, I saw that, hey, Jacob, big up yourself anyway there. And you give me first boss. Yeah, man. So, that was a memory thing for me. 1990, 1991, Bridget, me no kick a ball 1991.
Why you couldn't make a team?
I couldn't make a team, man. I sustained a groin injury.
Oh.
Couple with, okay. I think me developed shin splint too. Yeah, man. So me never.
So you out all season?
Yeah, man. Me no kick a ball 1991, man. At that stage, me have to chill. Me couldn't train at one stage, man. The time when me come back in a train, the team well select and pick. I mean, maybe I never think me have enough time to put in any effort to make a team. As me say, right up to probably about mid-August, me out. And I came back 1992, as co-captain with Dunga Thompson Dale. And we went to the semi-final that year. 1993 as well. 1994, Vas Ladd left. Coach Jackson came back. So we went to the quarter-final. 94. Yes. I say go? Yeah, man. And I think 95, last year. I don't even remember how 95 season. How did it go? I say go? 95. Well, it was such a long time. But those were my seasons, man. But I can tell you, the 92, 93, and 94.
Yeah.
Those were my A season, Bridget. May I tell you? Ace. Listen, man, the tallest man me play football against was Franklin Rose, Yeah, you hear me?
Yeah, man. Franklin, who's Franklin Rose?
CM cricketer, man. For Wormwood.
Okay.
He could not jump me, big old tall boy yesterday. Sorry, my boss. I don't boy you, but at the time. I used to be terrible in the year, man. I think at that time, I was probably one of the better header of football in a them season when I play. I never used to see nobody jump high the ball like me. I used to watch.
So sorry.
Yes.
So you play for Ednall Toad play for Ednall, right?
Yes.
And there was another brother that played for Ednall.
Oh yeah, so man, one named Alito before Toad.
Before Toad, so that was the older one, then Toad, then you, right?
But no, me have bigger brothers who play before them, that are the times when they used to get 19 and 20.
Oh, Oh, back then.
Yes. But you know, Lee.
So let me ask you a question now. So out of all of the brothers them who play for Edinal now, so who you don't consider the better baller?
Well,
honestly.
you know, so this sound like you are interviewing me right now, because like a few show.
Yeah, no man.
Me happy for that, man.
It will pass the show time, and I may reason, you know.
No man, me happy for that, man. No risk. Oh yes, man. People still enjoy it, man. So we have a commenter. Oh, it's one of my brethren, you know, Terry Robinson. This is one of my younger youth from Edinal, but we go to college and we played football for Michael too. Me and him play centre half. Very, very good defender himself. Yo, me big defender. I mean Tariq. Tell them say how far we come from, Tariq. Yeah, man. So Gibbs that from Edinal, you know, him the Bahamas and all. Big up yourself, my brethren Gibbs. Yes, so you mentioned who was the better baller. I think in terms of that, as brothers really, I think if you look at it, Trevor and I would have had more, what would you say now, accolades through schoolboy football. But I will give Trevor the edge, you know.
Oh, you give Trevor the edge?
Yeah, man, I'll give Trevor the edge. The fact about it too, and maybe there are a lot of different things. Saying that to say...
So Trevor was a better player? Would you consider Trevor a better player?
You know, I don't know how to say it. I think one time he told me that I was better than him. I don't know if he was trying to motivate me. To be honest with you, I don't know how to call it. The reason being, and I said Trevor the edge, he was a more popular player. Trevor, I believe...
Okay, so now more stand out more than you then.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, the excitement, especially, he was the captain, the first captain that brought Edinal to glory in terms of the highest they reached at the time, the semi-final in 1988. He was a very, very instrumental player and captain, played midfield and wing back, you know. And even now, if you notice what them call him, the skipper, he's a real skipper, you understand? So, him skip, I skip as well. After high school, he was playing Premier League and all of that, you know.
Right.
Would you believe me though? Right. Would you believe me that in 1992, I was with Hazard United.
Yeah.
The year Hazard win Premier League, you know. Me couldn't make the team, but me not train with them. Me and this guy was to keep named Gerald Pennant. Me bridging that too, you know, man. From over there, Canada now. Yeah, man. Mr. Reed used to pick me up from Frankfield at evening time for go training now. When we get used to the rope, we used to meet him at Maypen and then we drop we back at Frankfield. So from those days, I used to be watching people like Corbett and Rudy Dixon them playing and see how them do them thing. And you understand what I say? Yeah, man. I was with a lot of big players them time there. One guy with me rate, man, a short man, Maxwell, Adonis Maxwell. I don't know if you remember that name there.
What's hard? You mentioned Corbett, right? 92, you say Hazard won the Premier League.
Yes.
He was a part of the team then?
Yeah, man. He was an ageable player, but, you know, they were the backbone of the Hazard team then.
Okay. Yeah, I remember in the 80s, I used to watch Hazard. He was a part of Hazard. So.
Yeah, man. The thing is, they were ageable players, but they were the backbone, you know?
Right.
Not playing every game, but they were instrumental. The man, they're a big defender, man. How you say, man? So those were people who used to watch
him back in the days,
and enjoy, man. Trust me. Yeah, man. Because, you know, Horace Reed, he was instrumental. He was the coach.
Right.
At the time. So, yeah, man. So, me have good memories of football, brethren. I played, you know, and when I move on to college, I play in Takal. Me also played, when me got to, me play for Barbican. You know, at one stage, I was playing with UTEC. You know, they were playing they were trying to enter the Casafa competition. And what UTEC did, they drafted a few college players and from UA at the time to boots them up. Yeah, man. Well, Intercal, we had, you know, and so on. Me win Intercal too as captain, so, you know. Yes, Terry, me see what Terry saying at the thing. I think your strength were that you were a good reader of the game and are good with both feet. I'm a college center half partner that attack,
Yeah.
Yes, I developed the quality of reading the game. Yes, and as I say, Bridging, you see, from that 1 foot game I play up Manchester, I get to love my left foot. So when I play al intercal, man, nobody don't know which foot better. Me kick them, man. Yes, no, seriously, no. And a serious point. And even when we play in intercal, I think I scored 5 goals throughout my time playing for college, And every game I play for college is centre half me play. Either me sweep or centre half or man mark. And from the 5 goals, remember correctly, only 1 come off of my foot in a bars. And say it was a match. It was a intercal knockout final against Excelsior. We beat them 2-1. And I scored the winning goal. Half of my foot in a brother. All other 4 goals from the head. Yeah, man. Because a lot of people never used to mark me. They never used to take me serious because me short. No, me I tell you. So that was the trick.
You say your shot is defender for Ednall, never pass with Ednall.
Maybe not.
Take it for joke, eh?
Maybe not, but I can tell you back then, yes. Yeah, man. When me used to mark people, When me used to mark people, in a league. If I would just have the hand in a made top, so, man. Christopher Dawes used to elbow me by just putting on a Kimbo. And Chris never tall. Chris never really tall. But that will show you how short I was. And in that semi-final match, I tell him, say, anyway, do it one more time, and last time more touch me. And I step right in a heel string, man. I step in a heel string, man. Nobody couldn't see that.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah, say, man. We should have do it early, because I can't score it. I think he scored 2 or 3 goals in a match. Sorry, I didn't do it early. We would have win. But yes, as I said, my football during school and college was really good. I enjoyed it, I played well. But Trevor was a decent boy.
I mean, you like you said, you went to 2 semi-finals, right?
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, man.
Although you guys never won nothing, but you still, you call it a success, don't.
And Lee, I don't want to say this live on here, but a reason beyond our control why we believe we never win the cup before, And we had the teams to win it,
No, but when you say all the teams to win it, you mean like even yet with Toad them team?
Yeah, man. We should have win the cup that year.
Remember that team,
We should have win the cup
that team, Gavi went up to Ednall and get 2 love,
Yeah, man.
Toad score 1 goal too.
Everything. Hey, you can imagine Toad score for Gavi, man.
That team, yeah, man. That was a good game. Cause them time you have quite a few good guys that play them time. You have Mackerel. You have Roots in the goal.
Yeah, man. Nachi with the big kick there. Man used to kick the ball in like a good shot.
Chengi.
Yeah, man.
My Sam was
no, man. My Sam did a little youth 88.
Yeah, man. My Sam a little youth around the place, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, for real. But yeah, man, that team there was a big team, Bridging. May I tell you? Big team. And even 1990 was a very good team too. Very good team. I think we lost out at quarter final 1990 to Cornwall College. In a very
So which year Miss Sam start play being a starter?
I think it was 89, 90. I think it was 90. 89, 90.
So you never play. Well, yeah. That wasn't around then, so that's why I mean.
What happened, you see, in 89, I think there was some issues with 89. with Edwin Allen football. Some indiscipline thing and the principal when say, I think they come to and did scrap for them. Nothing they did finish it. And what happened, if you remember clearly, how it go? I think Lennon, that was the year Lennon burst out for the first time, go second round, because Edwin Allen think this crap. I don't want you to quote me on that, but I can check back. Think something like that happened, and you know. But 90 man, Messam was a star boy. A joke. Hey, Messam ain't easy, you know, man. Hold on, you know. You're my bridging, I tell you. Here Gibbs, I tell me fit that. Tell the man you were a little bull, bro. Sharp but extremely strong. What a man, terrible man. Man, yeah, man, he's supposed to let the caller know you also graduated from Michael 96 base. You say me graduated from 1996 as the best footballer. Well, it was 99. Yes. As I say, I have thing at graduation at Michael. I got the trophy for best footballer and best cricketer as well. Yeah, man. Play cricket too, What heap of cricket, man?
In your blood, man.
Yes.
All play cricket too, man.
All of them, yeah. And they did well.
Yeah.
Yes, Gibbs. Football is a topic of discussion, but you can also let the caller knows that you were even better at cricket. Gibbs, achu? Yeah, the man say football is a topic of discussion, but me tell you something did better at cricket.
But talk about cricket though, Saudi. We're never gonna win a cricket though, man.
Where you come from, man?
You guys never really.
Oh yeah, so then me not go semi-final in cricket.
Say ask me the question.
No, you sound like you tell me, man. You sound like you tell me because your team.
Well, no. Rephrase it then.
Yes.
Let me ask.
Please.
Ask me. Because like me I say no study. I wasn't around them time then, so I would know about the cricket team if there was one for Edwin Allen.
Me think you're saying that because your school do well at cricket at the time.
No. Ask me. Listen, honestly, I never heard about Edwin Allen having any cricket team, to be honest with you.
Oh.
So
yeah,
how far you guys ever reached in a cricket?
I think it was 1993. 1993? What are those? I reached the semi-final 1993. 1990 or 1991, we reached a quarter-final. Doing well too, With even Chengi could have bat in a youth.
Yeah?
Yeah, man. And Peter Porkskin. Peter Porkskin, the fast bowler, he was the captain. And him could have bat too.
So hold on. So you say in the 1992, Chengi still play for country?
No, 91.
Because Chengi used to go to primary school,
Chengi played 91. That was Chengi's last year. Yeah. But when I said to you, 1992, Chengi was still at Compre, Remember I said I've graduated June. Because he played the Costa Cup 91, September 1991.
Right, but he only able to play cricket 92 though, right?
Yeah, man, because it's the school year, 91, 92.
But did he play football 92?
No, just cricket. Because cricket played January.
Usually start?
January.
I got you. Okay.
Yeah, man, so those times, Bridging, let me tell you something. I was wicket keeper, opening batsman, as a little youth, Yeah, man. I may tell you, me face up with Franklin Rose, Bridging. When Franklin Rose bunks, me not do nothing, me just watch the ball go over me, Me and Franklin used to have a big competition. I used to see this guy I call him Basil Gill. Sometimes I say, this brother is wicked, man. Them man fast when they are bowling. Them me train with, And when we play against Homewood with Franklin Rose down at Edwin Allen one year, the man come down there and say, Sadi, on Wednesday that, you know, and I think the Sunday before me did play against this guy when named Rowan Taylor. You hear about him, right? From Clarendon.
No.
Never hear about Rowan Taylor. I don't want to call him Elias online. You then call him Batty-Wall. That is Elias. The man, him ball wrong hand. Him ball left hand, but when him run up, you don't know which hand him use leg of the ball. And I say, me and Trevor are open for one team in Frankfield against Taylor side. They come up, they come play. That's what I say, man. And the man come down to me and say, young boy, I go put on your helmet, you know, want to kill me. That time I don't know if you bat my helmet, you know, brother. But one thing me sure, once in shot, he can't lick me because I know have to play. Once in ball the ball shot. But me I tell you, him ball some ball there, no bridging. And guess what? You see first ball in pitch up, me lick him 3 covers before, you know, the man said, no more in a ball to me like that. Because I'm sorry for me and a ball. He say I'm sorry for me and a bounce me. Yeah, man, and after...
What with all you guys coming from up at Frankfield as ballers? Frankfield never have no football team out there? No D1 team or nothing
Yes, yes, they had Northern United, them did name back then, but guess what? I don't think most of the players played for that team. That, you know, Edwin Allen players at the time, they have a little name, so they used to go out and play far out with, you know, better players. Some go Galaxy. You know, you have people going to Kirkvine, up to Manchester to play to the Premier League. You understand? So they go on to play Premier League instead of Division 1, so to speak. But we never have that money there. That money never in a Frankfield for sponsor. It was a club, and you know, I think they did better at cricket than the football. So, you know, it was difficult then. But yeah, man. Right.
Yeah, man, sorry, good for good on memory lane, man.
Yes, and thank you very much for this interview. At least me interview people every week, so you understand me. I say at least me get a chance to tell the viewers and, you know, to make everybody know what I used to do as a. But
sorry, you know, when I think, you know, it's because I kind of left Jamaica at the early age. I kind of miss out on a lot of the football thing.
Oh, okay.
Anything that happened after 89, you know.
Yes, I understand.
So sometimes life will go down memory lane and
no, it's good,
ask
man.
question and
it's good.
and thing, you know.
It's good. And Lee, I just want to say to you and to all my viewers as well, you know, not to say that I am showing off or anything, but you know, where football is concerned, I played a lot of football, not at the highest level because, you know, back then in our country, it was very difficult for you to, you know, to reach the highest level. But, you know, I continued after leaving college. I went into coach. A matter of fact, you know, I've been coaching from the high school.
Yeah.
Yes, man. When I played D-Cup, man.
Sorry, you're jack of all trade, man. You have talent all over, bro.
Listen, I will put talent, me have, brother.
Yeah, man.
I'm skills with my hand too, you know. Me have skills different, you know.
Yeah, I'm you're good, and I'm not so good. Like I say, you're good with your hands, cause come along and you're sitting in the kitchen, man, and you do your things, man. So, man, you guys full of skills, man.
We have to do the things to make things happen, man. Yes, and for real, yeah, man. Because I went into coaching too, you know. Yeah, man. I coach at the Costa Cup level for many years.
Like I say, I mean, if you interview, you know, and I ask about the coaching thing, you know, guys, that's another topic again. Yeah? So I get it over with tonight, yeah?
Well, it's good. I mean, trust me, as me say, as people joining in the late, and to be honest with you, yeah, man, I've done I've done some coaching courses as well. I'm yet to do the C license. Coach Reynolds, who is one of the instructor, you know, even with Andrew Peart, you know, but I just can't find the time to fit in, you know, to do the C license.
So let me ask you a question, Sally. So would you ever consider yourself going back into coaching? Do you ever see yourself doing some coaching again?
Yes, and you know, I must say to you that I have never stopped coaching, you know. The thing with me now, I don't do a lot based on my present job, But even in the last Dakasta Cup season, pre-season that is, I was assisting my farmer high school, coaching the youth. They had a very young team. A matter of fact, none of the players that played for that team last year has ever played any any competitive schoolboy football. No under 14, no under 16. I think about 3 of them played under 14 before, but none never played under 16 because of the pandemic.
You know what? Yeah, but sorry, what come across my mind? Just know that me ask you the question about going back into coaching, because if you should decide to go back into coaching, then the whole journalist thing you're going to finish, man. You're not going to have time for do so much thing.
So you say you want me to continue?
I'm going to miss out and get my live feed when game I go on to in the schoolboy football, man.
You see, one of the thing is, one of the thing is,
be a little selfish here and discourage you from going back into coaching, yeah?
No, it wouldn't stop me really, because guess what? If I should go back into coaching, this present job that I will know, it and the coaching wouldn't work out. The way because listen, you see, when I do my thing, Lee, I can't do it half and half. I have to do full 100. So I put me all in these things because I like results. Personally, throughout my career, really, I believe I was more of a developmental coach than a big win, so to speak, coach. I remember the days when I was coaching at my high school, Bridging. I used to have players who have them last year in the Casta Cup. And when I look at the team when I have, if me do make it to second round, that's just second round for me. Because that's how me look at football. Me plan my football program in stages, so me know where me can go and base upon what me have. I remember me have this youth, man, big forward. But sometimes they say the only player me have. Last year, and I go JC up 2-day camp, and the coach at the time see him and say, boy, if you can't get that player there. So me say, me talk to your coach. And when me look at it, me say, yeah man, him go JC Bridging, and trust me, I think he was the second leading goal scorer in Manning Cup that year.
Really?
Yeah man, and I get a lot of flagging for it, from my people at my side. Yeah man, my school and the spectators, them flag me for it. And
at the time though, Saudi, looking back at that time, that was the right decision to make.
Yeah man, and I have been doing that all along,
That was the right decision.
I develop players, and if I see that my team will not advance and there's an better opportunity out there, right, I give them that opportunity, boss. Listen.
Yeah man.
When I am coaching,
I think that's.
When I am coaching, that's how I look at it. That's how I look at it. I said I want to take a player from one stage to the next. My school loves football to participate. My school administration over the years, and I doubt these fans even believe that Jowat and I at the time could ever win anything in football. But I used to set a program in place, and let me tell you the truth. This probably been my saddest moment in coaching. 2006. I started coaching 2003 the Casta Cup at Jowatan. And I was putting a 3-year program in place. And I had my program getting success in 2006. And big man, we were robbed out of the competition. I now put on my mouth and talk.
In what way?
Robbed. Refereeing. Administration. And administration. That
Your
here.
own administration?
Not my own. The powers that be.
Explain a little more.
I will not say much more on that. The powers that be. But let me say something else. Why I said it was my saddest moment.
So no, because guess what? You said referee, right? So I'm assuming that you play some game and you get some bad calls your game. Then,
big man, and not just bad calls. It's hard to say no because people feel that when you lose, you blame referee and all that. I can't tell you, big man. Even opposing teams could say that. I'm telling you.
So Saturday, are you talking about one particular game? Or are you talking about like a trend of game where each game you get robbed? That's what you're saying?
Yes, man. But let me.
So if you play a number of games, right? And you say we have 5 games, then you have to say in all of the 5 games, you have to say the referee them, and you got different referee. I'm assuming it's a different referee each game, right?
Go ahead.
So you want to tell me? In each of those games, right? You get bad calls. I saw your bad luck, man.
All right.
You get bad calls. You think there was a conspiracy against you as a coach or against the school for you to honestly say, listen, all of those games I get bad call. Like they like them just out to get you as a coach.
I think as a coach.
That's the way you feel.
Yes.
As a coach.
And let me tell you, I'm going to top it off with this because personally I get over that aspect of it, but I had to speak my mind, and it cost me that. There's a particular game, the very last game of the season 2006. The return game against a particular team. You at an high school, we were leading the zone. That game end up in a disrupted game. It goes through arbitration or court or where you are hearing with this. Big man, I was banned for 2 years from coaching.
Oh, wait. Well, you get banned for 2 years, sorry. Sorry, maybe I have to talk off right here.
All right.
If you say you want to talk certain things.
No, I can't. I can't talk everything, but I'm just giving you the scenario.
Talk off here,
the sad part about that, the hearing took place on a match day, the morning of a match day.
Yeah.
The hearing, And when we leave the hearing, by the time we reach a school, me get a call to come back at the hearing for a decision.
So, and then you went back for a decision and they said they might ban you?
Exactly.
Hey, son.
Well, I know, no. You think of that? You think of that hat? Well, I know. Lee, well, I know. You think of that hat? You think of that hat? About 2 o'clock, me get the news, so me get banned, We have a game the same day. Well, I know, man. Me get banned. Me captain get banned for 1 year. And I last year. Listen, man. Well, I know. It is very interesting.
Go ahead, man.
But
go ahead.
2 o'clock I saw the hearing was. And by the match finished by 5 o'clock. Remember, I couldn't be at the match, I was at the match, but I couldn't be on the bench. And
okay, you get banned, right?
Yes. And by 5 o'clock, IRFM call me, Gleaner call me, Observer call me, RJR call me. I get 4 calls in succession after 5 o'clock. What them calling me about? The ban that I get. So it reached media.
I'm kind of curious to find out what went wrong, You get banned,
Me gonna tell you after the year. Me gonna tell you after the year, man.
Yeah, man.
And
yeah, man, I have to share it to me, man.
I tell you.
I know this started, man.
I tell you,
so
I was
interviewing you, I know me. I find out certain things.
and I was not wrong, boss.
Yeah.
People after that. All right, let me top it off with that. Me not gonna say nothing more. But I got a 2-year ban.
Yeah.
After the rest of the season. Issa. What you call it now? Drop the ban.
So I guess them think it over and figure say boy then they wrong then.
Listen me.
Fair.
You want me tell you what interested again?
Yeah.
And the media make me know say me ban no anymore.
Nobody notify you.
I was notified the following day when I go to school. There was a letter sent to the school. And the media could have tell me the day before.
You know, sorry. So based on this information that we just gather from you, now me understand why you're not coaching anymore.
No, man. After that, man. No.
After that, you coach?
Yes, man.
You coach after this?
That was 2006, you know.
Okay.
And coaching. I have gone to. You see, the first year I got to second round. The first year Yuatan got to second round was 2012. We go straight to the quarterfinal. We go 2013. We go semi-final. We go second round. Good. 2014. We never go to the second round because there goes now a rebuilding program for me. 2015. We went back to the second round. Listen to this now. 2016. You see, 2015, 2016, 2017. All right, 2015, 2016. I was not the head coach. But I was, what do you call it now? A manager, coach, anyway you take it. Because that time, I had Linval Rudy Dixon coaching the team for me. And the reason being, during that time, I was doing Dean of Discipline. I was acting as vice principal. So it would be difficult for me to do all of that based on our school situation. But I never leave out the football any at all. You understand what I say? So,
right.
All of this program that we had there, I wrote it from scratch, and every 3 years I redo a program, monitor it, and trust me, we get success. Me I tell you. Me beat up Dinktila and Charlie Mount, make them ball, man, with me little no-name coach.
So you were doing pretty good then, sorry, man.
Yeah, man, I did well. I'm telling you the truth. I did well.
Yeah, man.
As a matter of fact, we won the all rural under 16 competition, you know, at Yuatana, you know. 2012, you know. So that was the team that I carried through. You understand? Yeah, man. I did little or no resources because at the time, you know, everybody at Yuatan, as soon as them roll up them head, them want to go to Dinktila or Charlie Mount. And look good, then take them. So we have a problem holding on to our good players.
Right.
Until I put things in place, till we start to keep them, man. We had that nucleus. So that's how we start to do well when we're able to keep our players.
Right.
When players and spectators and parents start to believe in our program, you know, and so on, and then see. Yeah, man. We ask them, man. I think, you know, I did well. I did well, and I will say I did well, but not by myself because I always have a team of persons around me, coaches and other management people. So it wasn't like me alone, to be honest with you. There are times.
Most likely they're gonna have some form of assistant though. Sorry,
and let me tell you, there are times that I've gone through a season where I'm alone in a region. Where Umi have as my assistant, you know. Nowhere to be found during training and all them things there, you know. And me have to do it, you know. There are times, Lee, when me have training in the morning, we start training at 5. And me have to leave the youth them on their own for the shooting practice and cool down, and me go and make breakfast at kitchen.
You make breakfast for them?
Yes. Where they are camp. And me have to cook dinner before me start training at evening time.
For you them?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry, a one-man band, man.
Alright. So these are some little things, and me I tell you how far it come from, and we start to change things around and show people all of this, and till people start to see the light and come in and start, you know, put in a better, till we have a good team, and that's when we start to succeed. We couldn't reach nowhere when I'm alone and do all of that, brother.
Man.
So the success wasn't by me alone. When me alone did I do things, Bridging, it was rough.
It was a struggle.
Yeah, man. So, you know, the success wasn't just Sadi, you know. We had people who chipped in and do them part and so on. So, yes, Bridging, when me hear people talk some things, you know, me say, you know, I can hold up me and say I've lived that life. I have done that. I have reached there. And I will say to you, Lee, I will say to you, I have my teams that I support in EPL and so on. But I try to watch every game, you know. And I'm very critical of players, and I'm very critical of coaches. I'm critical of clubs. I'm critical of referee. And when I say critical, I'm not beating down people, but me use these things to watch and to form my own conclusion based on my knowledge of the game.
Right.
You know, so that's how I love the game, man.
So it's safe to say now, you know, you became like a good scout then, huh?
Boy,
scout of the game.
You really put me in a position tonight, man. You know, yes, I'm a scout too, you know.
Yeah, man, you have been a very good scout, so you can scout for a lot of teams. So maybe people can use you as a scout for Edinalin, yeah?
You sure people you want to say I don't know the Cubans?
Then Cuban apart, I think, man, the same thing go out there, and if people can't get it, you know, get to me, man.
I wonder if Trevor hear this conversation there, man. You know, if he's saying there, he don't call, him not there. He don't call. But
Trevor got a bit, man.
Let me tell you, Lee. Let me tell you the truth. You know, there's a lot of coaches. Trust me, I can tell you, I have a number of coaches who call me every year. Ask why me get a particular type of player for them. Right now in Jamaica. Me used to do some scouting. Me used to do real scouting. And you know the reason how me come about getting this. I used to scout for my own youth and high school, you know. And the problem that I have, I never have any way to keep a youth when I go to town or St. Mary for the youth. I never have no housing solution.
Yeah.
So when me get all them youth there, me control them. Me used to pass them on to teams who could manage them.
Right.
And people who me know.
Right.
Like me alma mater.
Yeah.
And past coaches and all and friends. Yes, I did that because as I say, I used to do a lot of little things. Me used to go in some schools go do, you know, because, you know, at one stage I was like marking CXCs, all those little things, and you know, opportunity send me in a schools go do the different things. So me used to fast in a people program, watch training, find out. Me used to get to some schools and find out which are the players can make a team because they not no grade or attendance, you know. And me try if you say, yeah, well, give me that youth, the man. Me making start go to school and making doing school work. but
you know, sir. No, you mentioned that about the grades, right?
Mm-hmm.
About the grades and kid camp. I mean, say the situation is started where a student just have a learning problem.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, send everybody there go back and can just have a learning problem. If you say cannot get the grades, but they have a talent, you know, to play. But they still have this kid that would go to school every day as far as attendance wise. You know what I mean? That mean, he's there every day. Attendance is perfect.
Yes.
But it just having a learning disability, then, so to speak. Maybe it's a learning disability where this kid just cannot get it. But they're still, because of the grades, not going to be able to play football. I mean, do you think there should be something in place for such a kid? What do you think?
Yes, but it has to be on the schools. What did I say now? On the school's responsibility. I say that to say, I was making the point that I said to people, give me the youth, make him start getting grades and stuff. I remember I used to have a summer program during summer camp that all the students who are having grades below 50% must attend the classes. Good? And I used to do the maths, the language, science, and social studies. The first year I did it all by myself, Brechin. And how it started, there was this youth from a particular school. Me no go to school, but do no work at school. And I believe that he could have done better. So I see youth and him now. I say, come man, come and we camp. We not keep him at the football camp, but he come to class at the time. And by doing that, I remember a particular personally and my coaching staff was upset because them say me are educated as students to go play for them school. But because a youth when me rate, and the thing is about it was a young youth, he may also play cricket. And I was playing some cricket with the youth in a Yuatan area. So I start to help him.
Yeah.
And he was able to, develop and move on. Played and come back or hurt with him from his school. But the point I'm making is, you mentioned a youth who have learning abilities. Big man, the law, there's no in the code of regulation says that every child will have to do the same work. There's a big thing, and you see, you're asking some question now that will come out next week, when we start the education thing. You see, every child is different. And if you recognize that this child ability can only go to grade 8 level, why are you pressuring this child with grade 10 and 11 level work? You have to work with him at his level until he or she can improve. Mark you, it takes time. Because a child in grade 10, you don't want to keep him back in grade 8 because that's the level that teaches. But the extra activities, the additional classes, those are things that people need to put in place to help these students. Especially when you have youth with skills and talent. Because not everybody will come out the same way. Not everybody will succeed at the same time or have the same level of success.
And that's the one and next thing doing in a study, right? I'm assuming the same qualification and go for track and field also, right?
Yes.
So if tell me this now, so me can run real fast, yeah? Remember I'm real fast, but guess what? Maybe me can't read and write too much or whatever. So you want to tell me so me cannot go to the Olympics then? Me can't really advance.
Yes, man, you could go Olympics. Remember, my good friend. My good friend Asafa is not in the same category, but remember, I never did well at champs,
I mean, I think Usain Bolt went to no college neither, right? Did he?
No, but I'm talking about boys champs.
Champ, right?
Asafa never did well at champs.
Reason being?
I don't know. Asafa never performed at champs. How many Jamaicans knew Asafa running at boys champs? Maybe 5%. They know Asafa when Asafa on the international scene. So I'm saying that to say, not because you don't perform, especially in track and field, you can't make it out there. You get what I'm saying?
The same thing. Also, football, if you think about it, what I'm trying to explain is that, okay, so me I go to a particular high school in Jamaica, right? And because of my grades, I'm very skillful. Maybe when I best high school player in my position, whatever position that is. But when it comes out to academics, I just cannot get it. So, okay, because of grade-wise, I don't get to play high school then. But I step on to the Premier League then, which does not require no grades to play for the Premier League, right? And maybe from playing for the Premier League, probably go on to play for the national team, which don't require no grades, right?
Yes.
But at the end of the day, I still not get to play for high school. I mean, to me, I don't know. I kind of see something wrong with that.
Yeah, me understand, and I think personally, on a personal view, I don't think a youth who is unable to, matriculate, they should really just, drop him out, don't get a chance to compete. I think ISA and the school administration need to take a look at it and to have some special cases. If this school can prove that this youth have a learning disabilities, because there are checks.
Exactly.
You understand?
Exactly.
I believe those youth, whether the sport is, should get an opportunity because it's not their fault.
Exactly. That's what I'm getting at.
It's no fault.
That's what I'm getting at.
Yes.
I mean, this is something that we should have. Wait for my man to come out next week. We can't talk about it.
Yeah, man, and so yes, that is so true.
Yeah, because this is something that when I said something we think about over the years, I said to myself, so this shouldn't be feared, because I remember back in my days, study.
Yes.
Going to high school, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got guys coming to school, and only for match day you see them and they, come play ball and see them again, You never see them one day in a uniform,
Those are the things why this grade and attendance thing come into play.
Right. So what I'm trying to get at, that's what you call attendance, because these guys never come to class. They're in the school, but they never come to class. They just come to play football, and when the season done, they go home and they come back again and come play. Which stuff like that should never happen. But whether or not there was a learning disability, we wouldn't find that out because these guys never come to class anyway. So those guys like those should never allow. Not even if you play football, they shouldn't even allow to be in the school anyway. I eat people food and all them things. Yes, so them say sorry.
Yeah, man, you're right. You're right.
No, man, that should have never allow. I mean, because of stuff like that over the years, that's why the rule had changed.
Yeah, man, that's true.
A lot of the rules have changed to get rid of stuff, a lot of those stuff. But I'm trying to touch base on a particular issue now. We said learning disability. We said if a kid have the talent, and just like you said, if they can't prove that this kid have a, learning disability, I mean, he shouldn't miss out on the opportunity to play high school football, which is so special in Jamaica. That is my opinion.
Well,
yes,
as you on that, I want to read two things in the chat from Gibbs, my friend Tyree. Well, he was saying that, I don't know if I read this. You were better at cricket, just my opinion, bro. Talent are all around. All right, that's true, boss. Respect. He's also saying, how do they get to high school in the first place? I guess he's alluding to the fact that some persons can do certain things at high school. So I'm gonna ask, how do they get to high school in the first place? Well, Gibbs, as you know,
Well, you think he's talking about now, this present time?
I guess.
Back then?
I guess back then and now. It could reflect.
I mean, okay.
But you mentioned them just come play football.
No, because if he's talking about now, well, now basically everything is high school kind of change now to say, the whole situation is high school. A secondary school in Jamaica turned to be high school now, right?
Mm-hmm, yes.
So you're most likely gonna enter high school maybe with a lower grade, or probably end up in a lower class placement based on your grades, or maybe certain particular high school you might allow to attend based on your grade when you do the exam, no?
Mm-hmm.
It's not like back then we didn't have secondary school or all age.
Yes, so everybody, once they do an exam, an exit exam at primary school, they will actually move on to high school.
To high school now, and that's the way they have it in the state now, where high school in a year, wherever year you live, or whatever town you live, there's a high school, and if you live in that town, you gotta go to that particular high school. You can't live in this town and go to the other town high school. It don't work like that over here.
And
you know what I mean? So if you live a Frankfield, you have to go to Edinburgh. If you live a Spalding, you better go to Spalding. You can't live a Spalding and come to Edinburgh.
That's a good thing. And our Jamaican system, the education ministry, Jamaican Education Ministry, at some point they had actually comes into what they call some QEC and cluster schools, so to speak. So you'd go to the schools that are in your cluster. But because we don't have enough classroom space, it is difficult, in my view, to hold on to that or to maintain that. Because let's say in Frankfield, you believe that if it is the students from in and around Frankfield going to Edwin Allen, how much students would be at that school?
Not much, right?
Good. And vice versa for some schools. So what happened though, you might find that some school will be underpopulated based on where they are. And because of that,
but I don't expect,
it to me it wouldn't work well here in the Jamaica system. But there are still some levels of cluster school.
I don't expect that to work in Jamaica. It would never work, like you said. No, sir. I was just giving an example the way it work over here, Jamaica. But no way that it not work at Jamaica like that. But to what the person was typing, if the person was referring to back in the 80s during my time, right?
Yes.
Remember those time, remember those days, once a kid can play for your secondary school and can't play ball, can't come in at the school come play.
Okay. Yes.
So you never there was no requirement for you to sit down and take a test. Well, you know about the other high school. We can't speak for my high school.
There are different ways. There are different ways that people.
It was different.
All right.
Yeah.
Tariq is still talking. Tariq is still talking. He's saying that what is the minimum passing grade now, Sadi? Well, the minimum you mean to play in high school competitions? Is a competition?
I want to think.
If that's what you're talking about, yes, it is 45% for 4 subjects, for at least 4 subjects. So the athlete must be able to achieve 45% in any 4 subjects.
45% most achievable doing in a study, honestly. But somebody's really like what we said earlier, maybe have some form of learning disability, really. But I think if a student don't have a learning disability and attend the classes and do their homework or whatever, I think 45 man, that's
hey,
that
Lee,
shouldn't be a problem.
Lee,
what do you think? Huh?
Let me tell you something. You see, I believe what you're saying, but I can also say to you, some people find it difficult. And sometimes, as me say, these are not regular cases. These are some cases that, maybe few and far apart. But I'm saying this to say that you have different reasons why students don't go to school. You have so many reasons why a student doesn't, matriculate the way they are to. Different aspect could be background, could be different family issues, economical issues, and so on. But I think the main thing about this is this, as you mentioned, and I'm happy for that, because I'm sure that you will get a chance to speak with Mr. Wellington when he came on. But I think we need to look at the fact that once you can identify these students with the learning abilities, they should not be barred or stopped from representing or to show their talent.
That's what I said.
Yeah, man. So very good point. Very good point.
That's what I said. That's what I said to you earlier. If a student doesn't have a learning disability, remember, doesn't have a learning disability, obtaining that 45% passing rate, that shouldn't be a problem. Because if you don't have if you can't show that you have a learning disability, right? And once you take the thing serious, that listen, I want to play football, so guess what? I'm gonna go to class. I'm gonna put in a little extra studying and do the homework and whatever necessary it is for me to get that 45%. It shouldn't be a problem. So I'm basically saying if they don't have that learning disability, there's no reason why you can't have the 45%. There's no reason for that.
So Lee, you're saying that a child doing 9 subjects, it doesn't have to have a learning disabilities, but I believe that based on certain things, he may not just... Alright, put it this way. At this point, he might not be ready. He's a very late bloomer, as what some people call him. What if he's a late bloomer?
So, not a learning disability, but just a late bloomer. And you say a person doing 9 subjects?
Yes. But he only can pass 3.
Only can pass what?
In pass 3.
Out of the 9, you only pass 3?
Yes.
No, but Sadia, I think if well, let me speak for myself. I think if I'm going to school, right, and I think I really want to play football, and I have the skill level, and I don't have a learning disability, and I'm doing 9 subjects, I think I should be able to make the grades to well, I'm just speaking for myself anyway.
All right.
But like you said earlier, doing now is different. There's different reasons that could cause the student not to be able to focus, or to some distraction with maybe the family matters or whatever interference in their life would cause them not to be able to, some distraction then. But if so, for instance, sorry, just like what you were saying, right? If you can identify certain student and you believe that, okay, this is a problem in their life, in their personal life, whatever. That's why they are failing. And if you can correct those problems, and then they solve the problem right there.
Listen, me kind of differentiate a little, but me I go read what Tariq say. Him say Tariq say 45% in 4 subjects. Remember, these days were referred to as them as student athletes. Student first, if they can't make that grade, honestly, I don't think they should play. He goes further to say that streamline those students into areas that they will able to do well. Yes, the last statement is true, but listen to what I am saying now. And I'm speaking, take me out as a teacher now. I'm speaking as a, well-thinking Jamaican, so to speak. Are you saying to me both Gibbs and Lee right now, if a child, and it got different because you make some things earlier in the league. What Gibbs is saying that if a picnic or a youth is unable to get 45 subjects, they shouldn't play because they're a student first. But remember, school is an all-inclusive thing, It's not just to come in as a student. Because if we only go in school and concentrating on this book and paper, pen and pencil thing, we don't think we'd be able to survive it, If you don't have this sort of extracurricular activities in and around, give students exposure and other levels of experience, this academic straight couldn't work. And saying this to say, Lee, saying this to say, when a child comes to school, or when you were going to school, I'm sure you used to look forward to PE class. Not everybody, but they were looking forward to some other classes that will help them to get out of the frame of mind of just reading. You get what I'm saying? So, the child going to school will not get an opportunity to represent him or his or her school or him or herself at these competitions because they can't get the 45 in the 4 subjects. And I used to use I tend to use a lot of reverse thing, or reverse psychology, like how them call it. Now, if you can say that people are late bloomers, people say that, right? And those late bloomers, a lot of persons, they were written off in the early stage of school, but they excel in the latter part. Good?
Which is true. Yeah, man. Right. You have a lot of those.
So people need a chance.
Right.
Again, too, why is it that we as elders, we are the mature people who've gone through school and made our mistake, but some of us are not allowing the children to find their own mistakes or to make their own mistakes? One of the things that I look at, and I'm using this now, Lee, trust me. A child who goes to school and waste time, we know saying waste time, idle, school class, that's a different scenario. That child not supposed to represent any at all. But as you alluded to, a child that comes to school every day, go to class, but just can't make it that grade. Whether him have the disability or him not ready for the levels of work there. That's a major factor.
Well, so what you're saying, that child should have allowed to participate then?
Yes, or find some programs to allow the child to develop. But again, because of resources, schools may tell us that they can't do. They need extra teacher and they need time and they need classrooms and all sorts of things.
But sorry, the school will probably say that. But if this person is a person of talent, for instance, we all love football, and I tell you right now, I know there's a situation where students right now who play football don't even have that grades, but people find a way to give them a grades. Me and you know so that happen.
Awesome. I don't know about that.
You're not gonna say that. You might not approve, but you can't tell me say there's no one incident where somebody picks up some grade for some student on a Jamaica decide.
You know that in your school?
You might not have it.
Lee, you know that in your school?
Listen, I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you say yes.
So why you want me to admit? Why you want me to
admit? I'm not going to speak that.
But why would you?
No, Sadi, I'm not telling you. No, Sadi, I'm not telling you to admit, Sadi. I'm not telling you to admit. I'm not telling you to admit because I know I have to admit. But me, can I put my head on a block and tell you say yes, there's incident down at Jamaica right now where teacher fix up stuff for footballers.
I want you to put your head on that block and tell me if it happened down at your school.
You can't put your head on the block, of course.
Down at your school.
I know so that happened.
Down at your school?
Sorry, I'm not even going to say nothing, but listen what I say. Even if you're not my school, you're my some school. Sorry, you want, what I'm sorry, in a Jamaica, listen, in a Jamaica right now, the way everybody love football right now, you tell me, say, for all of those schoolboy football team throughout the whole island, how many high school they play football now? You want to tell me not even one student where some teacher not fix up some grades for them, You don't look for me and tell me honestly, so that no, you don't believe that's not the case.
Me don't think it is happening now.
So you want me to tell me say not even one?
Listen.
Not even one. You will not say that never happened. Not even
I'm not swearing. I'm not swearing on anything, Lee. What I am saying, what I am saying is that if it used to happen, I don't think, and you may write, that you may have, but
yes,
wholesale, on a wide brush thing. I am very curious, and I'm not gonna hide around the bush. Me know why you asked the question. But the thing is, when you look at the number of athletes who were unable to play in the Costa Cup and Manning Cup, even this year for some teams, were unable to play because they don't have the grades. And and they are good players too.
Right, but listen.
Every year you find that.
Sadi, listen. The situation with those players, and maybe I'm wrong, but this is what my understanding is, right?
Yes.
Right? When certain students reach some point where they need to have certain amount of subjects in order to play, especially a sixth. In other words, you're going to sixth form, you might need 4 subjects or 5 subjects to reach the sixth form to continue to play.
Yes.
After you leave fifth form. What happened to those subjects, So the thing is this, so coming up from first form, second form, third form. Even if a teacher can help you to that point, you say, okay, then, you know what, you get 35, just give him a 45 he pass and keep on going. When you reach the fifth form, to go to sixth form, and you do that exam to get your 4 or 5 subject, no teacher can help you this, So if him, you see what I'm trying to tell you? You see, if those students don't get their 4 subject to go to sixth form, they book. The teacher can't help them. We used to help them coming up with the grades at that point. They can't get the help no more, Sadi. So that's what catch some of them students there.
They can't help them same way, man.
Sadi.
If you believe, Lee, voila.
Sadi. What I'm saying, Sadi.
Yes.
So the subject that they take to go to sixth form, right? What is the subject that they take to go to sixth form?
CSEC, RGC.
CSEC.
Yeah,
right. And those don't subject go like overseas to get mark or somewhere to get mark or whatever.
Yes.
Right.
But
so no local teacher have no saying as far as the result is.
All right, let me tell you. Let me tell you why I said this. Just to share this with you on an educational level. Most, if not all, CSEC subjects now have a SBA component of it, a school-based assessment. that is done at school or home, wherever, and that is marked by the teacher. Not every student's work will go up to CSEC. The grades will go. So I'm just saying, SBA most times is 40%. And let me qualify that. For subjects that I taught, and others too, 40% of the CSEC grade is from the component of SBA. So if I give you, Lee, 39%, so all the pitney want, all the child needs is to get 11% out of another 2 papers. So you tell me, say...
So, some of them can't get it. But Sadi, you understand what I'm trying to say though, Sadi?
Yes, man.
You understand exactly what I'm
I just raised the point to say, if you really believe that teachers, assist students with grades but them not deserve at the school level, they can do so at the CXC level too. If that is the point you're making.
But Sadi, but you just said to me, a teacher can assist me as much as 40%. Right? So Sadi, I'm the student, you're the teacher. Right? So all this time coming up, you used to help me push on through. Okay, reach at this point now, you're only gonna give me the 40. Me need not to get the extra 11 to pass.
To get that
my
3.
4 subject.
Yes.
To get
3.
To get my 4 subject. Get what?
Grade 3 in any one subject. Grade 3.
Right, grade 3. Right, so I need to get grade 3 in any one subject, but I need a total of 4 subjects to go 6th form. Yes. Right, so all this point from 1st form all the way up to 4th form or 5th form used to help me out as a teacher and a student, and you always push me through because guess what? So my time me not do my work or me not pull my weight then, but because I'm very good. You as a teacher, Sadi, used to help me out. Now, when you reach to the point, Sadi, where you can't help me out no more, right? You give me 38 or whatever you feel like give me.
Yes.
To push me through, but me no need to pick up the slack and get 11. I'm so bad and lazy that I can't even get 11 to get me grade 3. And you can't help me give me 11, Sadi. You can't tell me nothing. That's what catch a lot of these students the other day that they couldn't play. Because guess what happened? They need to get the 4 subject, they need to go to 6th form. And them train through the season. And when the result come, them don't get cut it. Them don't cut it.
I know.
Them don't cut it, sir.
And that's true. And we have seen that time and time again. So maybe you are using that to say these students were given grade before.
Of course, but Sadi,
no, but what may I say? Lee.
Sadi, even if I don't have proof, what common sense can tell you sometimes, and you read between the line, and you say for yourself sometimes.
Journalists now read between the lines. So let me try to tell you.
Okay, journalist. Alright, bye-bye.
Well, before we answer you, let me hear what Eric or Mr. Robinson said. Sadi, sports and especially football is about 25% of a school year. Alright. I still maintain that if you are in any high school, you are a student first. Yes, no doubt about that, you are a student first. But what makes the total student? What makes Gibbs who Gibbs was? Gibbs, I know you and I were able, and Mr. Lee, were able to get our 45%. Right? But, think about it, Gibbs. What if on that last day you were able to get 45 in 2 and some strange reason you're probably absent for 3, 4 because of reasons, so you're short on 1? You don't think because you were doing well over the years you deserve to be playing? You don't think that over the years that persons really tried, put away those things? The fact of the matter I'm making is, people are working at different levels, and it may be learning disabilities as well. He say it may not, but him just buck, can't go no further, but him try or she tries. What is the fact? what is so hard? He's still a student first. So why is it that we can't find ways and means? And this is what I am saying, and I said it before. Every grade 9 student will not operate at grade 9 level. Some of them probably operating at grade 6 level. It is the interest of the school whose duty to develop the child holistically. And so it is the duty for the school to extend whatever courtesy to the child so he or she can develop. So you get those child, as you mentioned, put them in different programs, and you mentioned practical areas, but then the reach say it. Because if he can't read well, you don't want to put him on certain machines. You have to teach him the hard way for him to learn that skill there. But as it is now, as it relates to external exam and CXE, it doesn't matter which subject you're doing. There's the SPA component, and you have to read, regardless of practical area. So it goes back to what Lee's saying now, where people play 3-4 years between grade 7 and grade 11. But unfortunately, them can't go 6 form because they don't have a grade. Yes, the level of work turn up higher, but them can't manage. And maybe, Lee, maybe, to what I am saying, we were teaching these students at a grade level lower than theirs, right through grade level, because that's how them perform. But now, CXC is one thing right across the board. Whether you're bright, you're slow, or whatever the case is. One mark, one set of question.
Or the other way, I'm saying, maybe they were being helped all the way up to grade 11. And then,
yes,
like you said, to get the 11 points to take them over the home, they just don't have it.
They don't have
it. But go back to what you said to Sadiq. I don't know, based on what you're saying then, right? You can correct me if I'm wrong. You think it would be a situation where they maybe should have changed it from getting the past average from 45 to say put into attendance then, to say, okay then, why don't you make it as an attendance based, that if you can prove that this kid come to school every day, don't miss out. Plus behavioral wise, don't get suspension, don't get into trouble, and we keep it at that level. Qualify them to play football. What do you think about that part?
All right. No, I wouldn't go with that. I will still maintain the 45%, and if needs be, you can push it to 50. The problem I'm saying, even if it's at 90%, Bridget, it is the school responsibility to get their children or their students up to par. Every school set have their own standard, of achievements, You get what I'm saying? You have some schools, if you not pass one set amount of subjects, you can't graduate. You get a school leaving cert and go on home, but you take part in a graduation.
Which is right.
That is the school prerogative. You get what I'm saying? So, just like you have those measures, we as school teachers, administrators, whatever it is, need to find ways and means, with help from the Ministry of Education, who I believe also played a very big role. And the big role I'm talking about, in the big role that, for some strange reason, maybe because of the whole economics with the country, all schools are under resourced. Not enough resource.
Right, so sorry. So based on what you are saying, then you are putting more pressure on the school. You are holding the school solely responsible to get these kids' grades up. What about placing most of the responsibility upon the kids and the student themselves?
Yes, and I'm saying also, Lee, I'm very hard to deal with when it comes to education, our student, our development. The reason why, the students are lazy in your mind, all right? Just a referral. We have lazy students.
Right.
Again, too, if there's not proper home training, parenting, it will be very difficult to change that mindset.
Right.
But I am saying, it is still the school. It's unfair, but in reality, it is the school. Once the child turn up to school in Bridging, the school.
hold on, stick up in there. When I say stick up in there, when I say unfair to who?
The schools.
Okay, go
But
ahead.
is the reality, once a child goes to school, everything about that child is the school responsibility now. And many of us will look and say, yes, no, yes, no. But I use this to say, when you send your child to school, you expect the school to keep that child and have that child in a safe place until he or she come back home. Not true?
Safe. Okay, yeah.
So, you know, things say school responsibility again to ensure say people they learn.
What's hard? You know, sir. Honestly, coming from you as a teacher, because you're a teacher, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
With this statement that you just made coming from a teacher, kind of surprised because I'm not a teacher, but I'm a parent.
Yes.
And honestly, sadly, sometimes you cannot be the best parents in the world to your kid, and sometimes your kid just come off to be a knucklehead. You do whatever it takes. You do whatever it takes as a parent.
Yes.
Sadly, at the end of the day, this kid still make you look like you wasn't a good parent. So what I'm saying to you, Sally, based on what you just said, putting so much pressure on the school itself, because it is the school's sole responsibility. We can't agree with that.
Right.
Sorry, because me, I'm not a teacher, but I'm a parent, and sometimes it's hard to deal with my one kid to get them to do what they're supposed to do as a parent. Must listen. You as a teacher now, have this kid coming from outside. You're not a parent, you know. You're just a teacher, and you're doing your best to try to teach them the right way. No, man, that gotta be hard, sorry. Responsibility gotta be on the kids, sir. The kids have to want to learn, sorry. If the kid doesn't want to learn, you can't, just like I say, you bring a donkey at the water and you can't force them to drink it. Sorry, if they don't want to do it, you can't force them.
No.
So coming from you as a teacher saying this to me, it kind of astonishing.
I want you to listen. I want you to put what I said in context, in a virgin. What I said it is the school responsibility to get the students or the children to learn or to grow. That is what school is all about. Me wrong or am I right?
Yes, but if a student don't
Hold on, Lee. Take it one step at a time.
All right.
So, and I even said to you, it is unfair on the school to or the teachers. Didn't I say that too?
Did you?
Yes, I did it. I said it's unfair, but the reality is that is what school is all about. And I use the reference to say to you, when you send your child to school, you expect that child to be in a safe haven, right?
Right.
You expect the school, I mean, I say teachers, no, you know, anybody. Me say you expect the school to make sure so the child is safe.
Right.
So in the same breath, safety is one, but educating the child or child education growth is another, which is the main one. So it is the school responsibility to do that.
And the school made up of teachers, yeah?
Yes, and I made it and I said to you, while it is the school responsibility, I know it is hard and it's unfair on the teachers to do all of that, because if the child is not coming from a home where he or she is properly groomed and trained, it'll go hard to change that mindset.
Right.
A child, you know, say no picking up on dunks. I mean, use the word dunks because me want to use it. Lee, if you watch every child that born from that age, from a baby, an infant, up to age 6, listen to how the child reason. You and that picnic can reason. Giving away those who have that mental situation, unfortunately. But at what point they lose their way, Lee? At what point, when you find out that this child was doing so well at age 4, and you found that child at grade 9, I do not know. What happened? And he or she was providing that information to you. You were reasoning and you see this child as a bright child. But reach grade 9, something wrong. Because all of this thing, all of this thing about failure or underperforming picked up at grade 6 most times in schools or in a child life. And when them go to grade to high school and they pick up that in grade 6, it never really dealt with at grade 7, but now it comes an issue at grade 11 because the main reason is the external exams. And external exams is set for everybody, no matter what level are you. Once you reach that age or stage, you have to do it. So whether you were slow, you were bright, you were fast, or if you want to call it the word we don't want to use, it's a reality. So that is when we see things happening. This is the time that we really realize that things were bad. When it reached external examinations. So my point of saying it is the school responsibility, I truly believe that. But we know the issues are in the schools and with education. We know that the schools are under-resourced. Again, I said, through whatever reason, the government or the country just cannot afford to put in all the resources. But the fact of the matter is, it is the school responsibility, Bridget. Once the child come to school, to get the child interested, we know it's hard. Because if you, as you say, if that child don't have no interest, you can't do nothing.
Right, so
you get the message. But it's still our responsibility.
The child have no interest. Send my kid to you as a teacher, and this kid don't have no interest of learning. And yeah, you say it's school responsibility. Tell me how you gonna solve a problem with child? I'm sorry. You tell me. You say it's your responsibility now. You say it's your responsibility because you are the school.
Mm-hmm.
And let me ask you a question. Do you so percentage wise? So do you say 100% is school responsibility, or you want to split it somehow down the middle?
Lee, the responsibility, is different, from different stakeholders. Responsibilities are different. So I'm not gonna split anything. Listen to what I'm gonna say.
Alright, so okay.
Hold on, me can't split it down the middle. The school responsibility, it also runs with the parents' responsibility or the home. Good? But in the home, you are not expecting parents to be teaching curriculum. It is being taught at school. So is the more soft skills we expect, along with socialization, to be taught at home. So that's where the mindset of the child will come, And I'll get to your other part of your question, So if you as a parent do all that you can do at home, now you have to entrust the school to do the rest. You get what I'm saying? And I might get myself in trouble. I think I better leave certain argument out of it. Why? School A can get a child who from school B who have never have any interest at school B, but when he come at school A, in shot, gonna lead. So environment is also another thing. I have made recommendation in the past for students to move from one school to the next because they want that me just feel a change of environment will do. What I noticed in my experience as a teacher, I have been teaching a subject year upon year and some students don't get it. And you call one teacher where they don't know for one time, carry across a particular subject matter and them get it. Why? A different face and a different voice. Sometimes that's all it needs. So a little
you know what? I agree with you with that one, though.
A little creativity sometimes works. But again, everywhere you go, you will have the factors that will, let things seem to be not working or can't work. So as Mr. Lee, it is a wide scale. But listen to what Gibbs saying, because I share with you, All right. He's saying that he's sorry to put it like that. I would say move on. All right, move on. Go and find a club, play Premier League, Major League, etc. Continue to develop their talent. the school can't keep carrying them. Gibbs, what I am saying to you, when you move to Premier League is not a developmental league. Premier League, everybody going to Premier League if you win Premier League. So if you know see this, or you go and find, tell me how will you get a chance to see that child if you never play a lower level of football from a young stage coming up? That's how it go. A lot of people don't play schoolboy football and do well in the Premier Leagues, you know. But it depends upon the area to which they are and the teams to which they find themselves. Me and you from a Janzala and Morgan's Pass Gibbs, we'd have to go play D1 or country football till we're dead. No Premier League. Alright. Sadi is correctly. The school has a mandate. No matter what, the school is responsible to implement the programs necessary to right? Yeah, of course, to attend every single needs of students. And so, it's just unfortunate that, you know, resources are not plentiful or we don't have enough sufficient resources to do what we think is necessary to get all the students up there. And don't be fooled too. We can't reach all the students. That is life in general. That is life. You can't reach everybody, Lee. It starts from day one and it will continue. But, you know, we as a school, I still think that, you know, we need to try some things. We need to do things differently. I had a conversation with somebody today that some of us as teachers or school administrators, even parents, we are still banking on how things used to be 40 years ago. Or how we used to do things 40 years ago. But please remember that things have changed dramatically over the years. We're in a different generation, as I say now, especially with technology. And so this is the reality that we have to live with. So we have to move ahead of time and plan to go, you know, in a different way. And Lee, let me tell you, you see this discussion tonight? Make sure, me know Tyreek will come in. Make sure me hear you. Come and participate in the education, in a Let's Talk education, you know.
Let's Talk education start now, you know.
No, man, me I tell you, you're passionate about education and you know, it couldn't be any better. Because it come like me have the feelings and we need this talk.
No, I mean, you know, and touch upon what you just said, you know, me still have, you know, I agree with you somewhat, but me still I hold my part same way we say, you know.
No, man.
That have to do with parents and coming from the home and the student themselves.
Yeah, man, a lot, you know. But all right. Let me say this to say that.
I agree with, and I also agree with you when I say teachers, because guess what? You have some teachers teach better than some, you know. And like you said, the environment. So it's a whole factor thing. Sorry, honestly, if you think about it, it's a whole package of stuff have to really come together and take together.
Yeah, man.
To make it get a successful result.
Ah,
you understand what I mean?
That is the reality.
No one particular. I mean, the school alone cannot make it happen. And the student and the parents alone cannot make it happen. So it have to come together and just mesh together to make the end result, you know, turn out to be what we want, you know?
That is so true. And you just hit the nail on the head, boss. Well, Tyreek is saying that I am referring to those students who can't make it to sixth form by passing the CSEC. Yes, Gibbs, you're right. And with that, I agree with you at that stage, because let me tell you something.
Can you repeat what he said just now pertaining to what?
No, you are right. Before that, he said that the students who can't, you know, make it, if you have, sorry to put them like that, but he's saying that if you can't make it to sixth form, they should go on to play Premier League, Major League or whatever. But I was saying to him, yes, Gibbs, but remember, you know, if they don't play schoolboy football, you know, how the Premier League are going to see them? They probably would have got us playing at the community where them come from, with the minor league, you understand, D2 and so on, when they really do much. Because when it reach Premier League, every Premier League team is about winning, not development. So they have to see you as a cut above the rest coming up for them to select you. But he's saying no, he's referring to those who can't make it to sixth form, which is okay.
But the thing is, you know, those who can't make it to sixth form probably already played a couple of years at the Casca Cup, and maybe played 2 years already,
Yeah, man.
They're basically sixth form. They just basically look to finish up. Or a lot of times, student might transfer to another school to do sixth form, tend to play maybe a year or two. Cause the rule is right now where, if I want to leave from Garvey and go to Edinallen, then I could go to Edinallen to sixth form, even in my last year. But I have to have that 4 or 5 subject that required for me to go to sixth form. So if me transfer from Garvey and go to Edinallen, if I don't make the cut for the requirement for the 4 subject or whatever subject required for sixth form, then I can't play for Edinallen, yeah?
Yeah, man. That's true.
But I already play maybe 3 years for Garvey or 4 years for Garvey already. So in this case, Gibbs saying that just jump out to Premier League, then I forget about the final.
Yeah, man, that's what he alluded to. When he said it the first time, I thought it was because we're banking on the 45 subjects, But that's and that's all right, because when you reach sixth form, it's an adult business though, it's tertiary thing, is no high school business, although it under the high school cover. Sixth form is tertiary, mean that you are adult, moving on to adulthood, so to speak, or taking an adult education. So, if you can't go sixth form, you can go pro. Even though we don't have that sort of pro thing in Jamdog here, But Lee, trust me, I really, you really get me tonight. You really bring about a particular change in the show. I am happy that I was the one answering the questions tonight.
Well, the good thing about tonight's show was still not starting. It's just that we just having a basic because it probably was time for you to close the show anyway. We just having a discussion.
Lee.
Basically, a one-on-one discussion, me and you, and we just never know where it's gonna lead to.
Yes.
Just from one discussion to another.
To the next. Yeah, man. And,
you know what I mean?
I appreciate
you
that.
Get interested.
Let me tell you the truth, This show we are now on for 3 hours and 49 minutes.
Well, your longest show, don't?
Longest show. But I decided to carry on because let me tell you, even at nights, many times I close the show. Yes, the level of discussion or what I planned would have completed. But if you have persons who really like how you take this down now and want us to have, I will continue it,
But of course,
because
and especially if you don't have like a really say a timeline to say you're gotta be somewhere at a certain time.
No,
I have a discussion.
Because I don't want to leave. I don't like to leave any stones unturned.
Man, it's a good discussion.
And when I respect the fact that you people take time out and stay up so late. So if you want to have it, we have to continue. Good discussion, gentlemen. What I mean, Gibbs? Respect, man. Respect. Very good discussion. I really felt, it's a joy. It's really a joy start listening and participating with you guys. I mean, what a fruitful discussion. This seems like a Let's Talk education night. I'm really looking forward for those Wednesday nights.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be a lot more night like this. Where, we have a topic, and I'm also hoping other people, don't feel shy to come and call and have a nice discussion. You know what I mean?
That's true.
And get say because tonight is not much people anyway, because I know it's about the night when I come off long time and give somebody a chance.
Yeah, man, that's
probably
true.
Dial in,
Yeah, but if people wanna call, they could call and we see what happens.
But if not, you forget 1-800 number. You can hold on and click somebody's on line 2.
Yeah, no, but I have both of you online. To have both of you online at the same time.
Yeah, I have more than one person at dialing.
But we can do that. Remember,
I'm talking to you. Sorry, I'm talking to you right now, and somebody else wants to call in. How does it work?
It's 2 numbers, Lee.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man, it's 2 numbers. But the thing is, 2.
You only have one number.
Because you have this number, but I'm saying if you look on the screen, I advertise both numbers.
Oh, okay.
The thing is, 2. Let's say you want to call me now, and Gibbs call. I allow Gibbs to call off, and all I have to do is add him to the call next.
Oh, so we can basically have a 3-way call.
Yeah, man, we can have up to 5. So me can just add the persons who I never take the calls to. You understand? Because if I take them, I'll cut you off. So I'll just continue, just add a call, and we have 5 on the call, and we can have it.
We're good then, man.
Yeah, man, we're good. And like this, I'm saying I could send you an invitation and you come live up.
Right.
You know, nothing wrong with that. Yeah, man, and you know, there are some things, I tell you, Bridget, may I tell you, a discussion lead to the next, because Lee, and after, just before or on the same time you call, I was about to get to the Premier League, just a scenario to say the Premier League is back and all of that. I want to touch a little on cricket. You get what I'm saying? Because, you know, it's a long time no cricket, but some cricket was played in Jamaica recently. The T20 and recently a T10. You follow cricket too? Was played.
No, I mean, so I don't really follow cricket.
Okay, so just to touch on sporting event, I give some sports news. Not any big discussion, but you know. But that's how it goes. It can come back the next show, and I will tell you that even though no, it's a Monday and no holiday. Monday is holiday here, you know. So hopefully we'll have another show Monday night. We'll have another show.
You're planning on having a show Monday?
Yes, man. Monday is holiday in Jamaica, but not for you people.
Yeah, man, holiday for me too.
Which holiday you have? Answer me, man.
You know, some half from work though.
No, me talk about holiday, Bridget. Which holiday you have Monday?
No, it's not a holiday.
Okay.
Come on, it's not a holiday.
Yeah, make yourself a holiday, man. Pele dead, you want a national holiday?
Although make it half from work still, but it's not, really a holiday.
Yeah, so what I'm saying, because Jamaica have 2 of every holiday this season. 2 Christmas, 2 Boxing Day, 2 New Year's Day. So Sunday is New Year's Day, but it will be celebrated on Monday. You know, so but I will have a show Monday night. And to be honest with you, I think I have a tricky situation on Wednesday. But I will try and have a short show Wednesday night. Not a long one. You know, based on certain plans. But Friday night, I believe, will be the big show. And I encourage everybody to come out. All of those who have the questions and the commendations for Mr. Wellington and Issa, please come and make him feel comfortable, because a lot of people are very good about the Issa Run competition this year, which was good. Some had some questions. I know you have some questions. I don't know what kind of question. I don't want to pull you out. I don't know if it is question that if things that you aren't comfortable with or what you love or what you want to see. But it is really very good to have persons come out, you know, who continue to ask that I get these people on the show.
Yeah, man, let's see how Friday turn out to be. You know? Depends on the mood, you know. I definitely have a question I want to ask him still, but otherwise from that they ask one question and step off on it. If they have, depends on how the call coming in. If he needs to call again, the call and ask him more. But definitely I'll be a part of Friday show.
Yeah, man, respect. All right, so my big friend Gib say, way to go, bro. Blessings and good night. Yes, Gib, I want to big up yourself, man, and thank you very much for tuning in. We are up very late now, I understand, and all the families, the wives and the children are calling for you people to go to your bed. And so I want to say again, thank you very much, gentlemen, for an interesting discussion. One that kept us alive. One that wants us to, to continue and to continue. So people, this was Mr. Lee, the Cuban, that held us up for the last 2.5 hours. Interestingly.
I know, right?
And so it was good. So thank you very much for staying on, and see you next time. See you on Monday. We will have another show, another interesting show. I'm sure that we'll have a guest Monday night, so that will make it even better. So again, thank you very much to all our sponsors. And again, people, if you are in as a new fan, please subscribe, continue to like and share this Saudichress video. This is where we leave you, and have yourselves a wonderful morning. It's now 12:31. Bless up yourself, please. Maximum respect.
Good night, man.
And good night, everyone.